Welcome to the Brawl Stars Challenge brought to you by the ESL Mobile, the fastest growing mobile esports program in the world. My name is AJ, I'm the Mustachio, and I'm with the one and only Victor Cax to bring you all of the action from today.
That's right, we're back yet again with some more Brawl Stars action. We've already seen a lot of these teams play off in the first 2 days of playoffs, and now we're going to be continuing on to bring you this journey through the ESL Mobile Challengers. So 3 countries taking part in this regional, all representing the best teams right now in Brawl Stars in Asia Pacific.
Absolutely. And if you're wondering how do you get yourself to be a part of the ESL Mobile as well, check out this video.
This is the ESL Mobile Challenge. Over the last few months, players have been competing in 2 stages of open play, climbing the ladders each month for their chance to make it to the play-ins. In the play-ins, these top teams fought it out, and the best have made it here, to the ESL Mobile Challenge. Here, they will compete against each other each week, testing their skills, their communication, and their teamwork, all to determine who deserves to advance to the finals. It is at these finals where we will crown one team the best in their region and the ESL Mobile Challenge champions.
Well, there you go, Victor. A little bit of a different format video compared to what we are already used to. So it just breaks down a little bit more as to where, these teams can go from here on in.
That's right. This is the stage of the ESL Mobile that I love, because this is now the stage where we're going to be coming back week after week with the same teams over and over again, and we're just basically going to be continuing this sort of journey together with them all the way until we get to the finals. So this is really, really great, because now we're going to be seeing all these top teams here from Asia Pacific really test each other's mettle in this competition.
Absolutely. And who are these teams that have stepped in here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Just like Victor has mentioned, they are from 3 countries, Indonesia, Singapore, as well as Japan, being represented in the Brawl Stars Challenger. Waffles Monster, Byro, Sunny Side Up, Crazy Lagoon, Team Flash, Jupiter, Tropa, Suprema, as well as Last Wolf. These are the 8 teams that will be fighting it off in a best out of 5 series, and each and every single series will be a best out of 3 rounds, Victor.
Exactly. I mean, it's going to be 5 maps of non-stop action here for these teams, so they really have to ensure that they have the best game plan possible coming into this competition.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, we've seen a little bit of these game plans coming through already for day 1 and day 2 last week. For some of the teams, of course, they were on the ball. For some of them, today might just be the day of comeback. Let's take a quick look at the standings, and we'll be able to see exactly who these teams are, right? Who are those who are looking for those comebacks? Who are those who are looking to, stay steady and continue picking those wins up? Because as far as Jupiter, Tropa, Suprema, as well as Byro are concerned, they're dominating those top 3, and they're all equaled up. 2 wins so far, but things can change today, Victor.
I know, right? I mean, the Japanese teams have so far been showing themselves to be one of the strongest competitors right now in this Asia-Pacific region. I mean, Jupiter and Tropa Suprema has been so impressive over the last 2 days, and Byro as well, really getting in on the action. So now it's really going to be up to the other teams, like Team Flash. Really, I think this team still has a lot of potential, but they really need to step it up today if they really want to compete against the Japanese teams. Crazy Lagoon, currently having lost 1 round, I think they're certainly going to be looking for some extra wins here today. As for the Indonesian teams, these guys haven't had the best of luck so far in these playoffs. Hopefully, as these weeks progress, we'll start to see more improvements from these couple of squads.
Yeah, absolutely right. Because, if that comeback gameplay doesn't happen today, then, things are just going to get a little bit more difficult as we will traverse the rest of our group stages. Let's take a quick look at the great game modes that we will be running through in this competition. We have got 6 of them: Brawl Ball, Bounty, Gem Grab, Siege, Heist, as well as Hot Zone, Victor.
Yeah, these are all the classic game modes that are currently in Brawl Stars right now. So if you have a look at the map pools, you can see that we're going to be having some good classics as well as some new additions this week. We're going to be starting off with the bounty round here at Dry Season, then proceeding to the Hot Zone over at Dueling Beetles. Then we're going to be coming back to the very, very, very popular map of Sneaky Fields here for a Brawl Ball round, and then going on to the Gem Grab round here in Double Swoosh. And then if it goes to a Game 5 decider, they're going to have to fight it out in the heist map of Hot Potato. So 2 returning maps, but 3 new maps here are going to certainly maybe change things a bit, at least as far as the battles will be concerned for these teams.
Yeah, not a doubt about that at all, man. Dueling Beetles, I'm definitely looking forward towards Hot Zone. The first time we're going to have just one zone in there. The game style that the teams take is going to be so different from what we've seen last week already. So I absolutely cannot wait, Victor.
That's right. So in any case, let's have a look at the schedule right now. We'll see these are going to be all the matchups we're going to be having here for today. Starting off with Crazy Lagoon versus Byro. That's a match that's coming up right next. But then don't go away after that, because we still have 3 more matchups after that. Waffle Monsters versus Sunny Side Up will be taking place at 8 o'clock. Last Move and Tropa Suprema will be at 9 o'clock. And then Jupiter versus Team Flash. Now this is definitely going to be one you won't want to miss, because Team Flash, they didn't have exactly the best run against Tropa Suprema. Hopefully they'll be able to do a much better run here against Jupiter this week, and I'm really hoping that the Singaporean team could at least get something good this time.
Oh, absolutely, man. Last Wolf, unfortunately for the Last Wolf team, things have not been looking great so far. They took on Team Flash as well as Byro, right? And now with the challenge of taking on Tropa Suprema, things do not look to be as easy, but it will be one challenge that they cannot turn away from. Being able to take on Tropa Suprema today in series number 3, and maybe even a win, will just change the trajectory for Last Wolf in this competition, but with a huge adrenaline injection into their veins, Victor.
Indeed. I mean, Last Wolf, even though they made it to this challengers, they're finding that the competition here is so stiff, especially when you're coming against players from other countries. So I think the Indonesian squads are certainly struggling quite a bit since the first week. So hopefully, with the next week coming, this week coming around now, the teams had a little bit more time to kind of go back, reanalyze the games, and try to practice. And now that the new season is out, Jurassic Splash, there's lots and lots of changes currently in Brawl Stars, and I think this is going to be a huge shakeup in the meta, I believe.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Even as we were chatting with Aaron from Byro last week, right? He mentioned that, it just was about 4 hours for them to catch up on the new updates before jumping into those games. So this time around, just like you said, they've had a little bit more time in here. Let's take a quick look once again at the matchup that is coming up your way. Crazy Lagoon will be taking on Byro. Well, a few days of rest, a few days of extra time to prepare for Byro, has that given Crazy Lagoon enough time to prepare for exactly what Byro brings into this competition, man? Absolute fire.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, the thing is that I sincerely hope so. I mean, the thing is that coming to this competition here, Byro is by no means an easy walkover here. So Crazy Lagoon is going to have to pull all the stops here. Sipatamte, Miria, and Kuru are the lineup they're going to be playing out here today. They've so far, been doing pretty well, although they have not been as impressive as the other fellow compatriots, Tropa Suprema and Jupiter. They still are able to put out some respectable plays here that certainly give some teams the run out for their money.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, so far they've already taken on Sunny Side Up. They've won 3-1. Yes, of course, in day 1 they did go down, but that was to Tropa Suprema, right? And Tropa Suprema has been showing to be an absolute dominant force so far. So, Crazy Lagoon still has that opportunity to prove themselves in here against another top team today. Top picks for the squad will be Gene, Max, as well as Sandy, as well as their top bans in here, Stu and Bill. The same as the last week, and we know exactly why, Victor.
Yeah, I mean, again, Stu and Bell are still the top meta picks here. Oh, I should point out as well that even though we're right now in the Jurassic Splash season, the two new brawlers, Griff as well as Buzz, are not going to be allowed to be picked until we get to finals. So until until we get to finals, both of those brawlers will not be featured in this matchup. So the thing is, for the teams, you know, the bans and picks are still going to be based more or less around what I've been used to. It's just that they wouldn't be able to make use of the new brawlers yet.
Absolutely. Now let's take a quick look at the lineup of Byro. The Singaporeans are dropping in with 3 players, Aaron, Vex, as well as Seiichi. A huge question still surrounding the Singaporean team, whether or not they are still going to be sticking together after this competition. And you know what? For that sake itself, I want them to win, man, because they've been able to show great promise so far. And I really, really love their approaches towards all of these series, Victor.
Indeed, I mean, it's really impressive, especially watching the way Vex plays as well. His B play style is just impressive. Like, it's just, perfect. And when you look at the top picks and top bans, very similar to Crazy Lagoon. So you know that both these teams have very similar ideas on approach to game. So this actually makes it, I think, a really interesting matchup to see, because if both of these teams are espousing similar philosophies, or at least similar ideas and how they want to approach the games, I think it's going to come down to like the individual skills now of the players to really make that difference in the matchup here.
No doubt about that at all, right? And of course, with what Byro will be looking to do, obviously Crazy Lagoon will be looking to achieve for themselves as well. Japan has truly promised to be such a, you know, a region that truly provides those talents as far as Brawl Stars is concerned. Are we going to be able to see Byro take this and pick that win up for themselves, just like what Tropa Suprema has been able to do, and, you know, use it as an opportunity to continuously prove themselves? 3 days, 3 wins in a row will definitely do the Singaporeans a lot in terms of boosting their morale.
Oh, indeed. And I think Byro right now, currently, I think in the standings, they're the top Singaporean team. So they have a reputation to keep up now in this current week. And that's the thing. But then my thinking, you know, having seen the way Byro and Crazy Lagoon plays, I'm thinking that this is probably going to be a lot closer than most people think. But I think, but then again, you know, what we've seen from the Japanese players is just, you know, absolute perfection in the way they've been taking their fights, you know, taking their plays, just using those brawlers to their maximum potential. So really, if Byro wants to have really wants to be able to beat some of these Japanese teams, has to start from here. They have to really understand like what are the strengths of the Japanese teams, why they're so how they're so strong in these games. And I think it really comes down to like just a lot of aggression as well as a lot of in-depth knowledge about the game. You've seen how Jupiter as well as Tropa Suprema really have made full use of like all the kind of like weird sort of tricks that you can pull off with certain brawlers and stuff like that. And those kind of little details really make a difference whenever you're coming to close matches like this. So that's why I feel that when it comes down to this matchup right now, I just want to see what sort of like interesting kind of things, interesting adaptations that these teams will do against each other, because, you know, it's always going to become an arms race. You know, when a team brings out a big gun, you're going to have to come back to the next round with an even bigger gun. So it's always going to be escalating all the way, and certainly what we want to see.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at, you know, the bans. If we do have the graphics for that, I do believe we have that prepared for you guys. This time around, for all of the matches that you're about to see, Crazy Lagoon has gone in here and banned off Poco as well as Gene. Byro do not want El Primo and Poco to be played in this game. And El Primo, you know, did not become a brawler that was constantly banned in the previous season. This season, on the other hand, I don't think Byro wants El Primo dropping anywhere in here.
Well, that's the thing. Like, when I see them ban out of Poco, I know that, okay, they don't want to face off any heavyweights. They want to force this to become like a sharpshooter versus sharpshooter kind of matchup. And given that this bounty map is relatively wide open, I think like forcing them into that kind of situation is probably the best call here you can do. So you can see, like I said, you know, both of these teams have very similar ideas, and that's why I love. That's why, like, right now, you know, the only differential I think between these teams is just how the individual players are able to pull off their plays. So that's going to be something I really want to see, you know, especially once things start to get heated up.
Yeah, because this dry season, right, as you drop into this game itself, there will be many of those cover that you will definitely be looking to blow apart, obliterate. And if the brawler that you do bring into the match is able to do that for you, you should be able to take quite a bit of, advantage to your side. Because once those cover has been blown apart for the opposing side, picking up the win and bounty just gets ever so much more easier, because you will be able to spot out your opponents. You will know exactly who has got the biggest bounty on their head and drop in for the pick on them. But of course, it will truly depend on the drafts that the players bring in shortly as well. So I'm very, very interested to see that as well, Victor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm most likely expecting a lot of sharpshooters here. I mean, you're going to have the classics like Brock or Piper. I think Tick can still be fairly useful here. The problem is that there's not many like big walls around, and there's also very little bushes. So I don't think like we're seeing much like turret player is going to be using this map here. But that's the thing. Like if they actually have an 8-bit and a Piper, even though 8-bit actually had like quite a significant nerf to his super now, I think his turret doesn't boost. They reduced it from a 50% boost down to a 35%. So I'm not sure whether 8-bit can still be viable. The thing is that they did rework a little bit on his kit. So that's the thing. There's been so many changes actually. Like I really want to talk about this because this new Jurassic Splash here have introduced some really interesting things. In particular, first thing first is the new respawn mechanic. So now in Jurassic Splash, when you respawn, you basically respawn without your ammunition, or rather, you respawn with only one shot in your ammo. So what that basically creates is that it makes defending a lot harder, and this is really going to conversely make more aggressive players actually more rewarding, actually massively rewarding. In fact, especially if you've got assassins can backdoor. Now backdoors are going to be so important, rather so effective, because when a player spawns out, and you can actually see where the new spawns are, because the spawn points are now going to be permanently shown on the map, so the players will know exactly where the hero is going to be spawning out. And if someone backdoors and really causes a lot of havoc in the enemy side of the base, it's going to make it very hard. So that's the thing. I really want to see how these teams are going to approach this current patch.
Now let's see exactly how they do go ahead and pull this off for themselves. Kuru firing off those shots. Seiji in the middle has managed to pick that blue star up for the side of Byro already. In a match like this, bringing up to the point that you did, mention earlier, Victor, as to how the ideation from these two teams are so similar most of those times, the blue star is going to be that much more important, right? Because there's not going to be much between the two. And, the tiebreaker is definitely essential.
Yeah, indeed. And right now, Byro's already taken a significant lead now with already 3 stars, and Crazy Lagoon so far hasn't really been able to find a good way to get a counter attack going, and even the Tick's not able to get them out of the way. So right now, Crazy Lagoon really struggling to try to find the kills. Aaron and Seichi close together. Kuru, see if he's going to be able to get the gang going, but Spatante going to be focused upon Aaron quite low there. The thing is that Crazy Lagoon has really going that aggressive. Miria going quite far forward here. It's going to force a B to back off a bit. Could be a backdoor opportunity here, but Sipatamte and Kuro aren't really bringing the pressure on the Seichi or Aaron quite yet. Now Miria is going to be forced to back off there with a special being sent out by Seichi, but Sipatamte and Aaron are not able to get the gang on Aaron. No, unfortunately Sipatamte gets picked off there to Byro now, getting way ahead. They picked up Miria as well, so now there's 7 stars to nothing for Crazy Lagoon.
17 seconds on, and this just looks so much more difficult. Even if Aaron gets taken down now, it's going to be absolutely impossible to make a comeback. Crazy Lagoon, 7 more seconds in here. Sipotamte gets taken down once again, and Byro really doesn't need to do any much more than that.
Oof, that was really rough. I mean, Seiji was really playing like on point. His shots has just been landing, and unfortunately, like Crazy Lagoon really couldn't put pressure onto him, which I felt was a bit of a mistake, because the thing was that both him and Bell were just doing so well, keeping the right-hand flank completely guarded, and then Miria, as a Tick, was still able to push up forward, but still, despite getting that kind of positional advantage, Crazy Lagoon couldn't really translate that into a gank onto Byro. So right now, it's going to be I think they're going to have to change things up a bit. The problem is that now... Oh.
Yeah, we seem to have lost Victor here for a moment, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. But you know, the push that was coming through for Crazy Lagoon was all right? But the defensive stature that Byro, chose to hold onto was just slightly superior. And I'm just afraid that was a mechanical win by the Singaporeans through and through, right? And
yeah, so now Aaron's going to be switching off to the Tick this time. Seichi is going to be using the Stew, which is kind of interesting, but they have turret set up here, so the thing is that it will have the speed boost going on. Now Aaron's going to try his best to try to keep this right-hand side being controlled here, so Myriad's Tamte going to have to fall back. Who is still attempting to get some shots, not quite getting it done though. But right now, things still looking pretty good so far for Crazy Lagoon, surprisingly.
yeah, and it looks like, Byro had already taken the second win by the time we went back in there, because this is going to be switching on over to Hot Zone. And, sorry, my apologies. This is going to be with an opportunity for, the side of Byro to continuously hold and dominate, right? Because once again, they will be looking for Crazy Lagoon to make this push. And Myria this time swapping over the lane towards the right-hand side is still going to just be held back. They are just waiting for Crazy Lagoon to come in and aggress, just like game number 1.
Well, the thing, I don't know whether they expected for them to bring out the Stew here, but the thing is, like, Byro is just really banking on Crazy Lagoon trying to progress onto them. The problem is that the lineup really isn't quite conducive for that, and if they really try to gank onto Seichi, it's really difficult if both the Bell and the Tick, like the only reliable person I suppose could try to get the kill is Sipatamte, but it's really being forced all the way back there. Look at the way that Vex is just keeping it at bay. It's just really not able to get any approach onto Byro at the moment, even though it's only a 1-star lead. At this rate right now, Byro might just win this if Crazy Lagoon can't even find a single kill. Look at that, Sipatamte down to 616. Oh boy, Vex almost getting hit, but not quite. Oh, Myria still trying to wander around. Oh, down to 30.
Oh, I think we're gonna get it
somehow. Oh, but the special's coming up. Oh, still not able to get it. No, Crazy Lagoon not able to turn the tide here, so Byro still takes the second round.
Yeah, so going back to, the point that we made at the start of the game, right? The Blue Stars definitely going to be very crucial. And in this point, it was, the decider, not in terms of, calling the tiebreaker between the two, but it was just that one extra star within their pockets, right? That they were able to have on their side. And unfortunate for the side of Crazy Lagoon that it was just an impregnable defense set up by Byro. They couldn't step up anywhere near their victor.
No, and especially with the Stew, the problem with having the Stew there, basically, like, Byro's whole plan basically was just to get that slim lead and then just try to pull back and then just try to force them to aggress onto them. The problem is that Stew set down his gadget. That whole zone there makes the movement speed of all the brawlers much faster. So if Crazy Lagoon were to try to gank onto Byro, it wouldn't be pretty. That's what I would say. So that's the thing. I think Byro really pulled a real strategic masterclass here, because not only were they able to beat not only were they able to beat CL in a kind of a mirror-ish kind of match, but then they adapted, like, in the next round immediately to just land that killing blow. I mean, that's just impressive here from the Singaporean team.
Absolutely, man. And that's just game number 1. Right after this, we'll be dropping into Dueling Beetles for Hot Zone. The one where I unfortunately was just too drunk to not notice.
Okay,
moments ago.
To be fair, yeah.
The unfortunate problem here is, Victor, when your mind is just floating all around. Unfortunately, I was just so looking forward to, dropping into Hot Zone immediately, right? Now, Byro is going to be bringing us over. Crazy Lagoon have got an opportunity to make a comeback in here and force a game number 4 down into Gem Grab. If we are lucky, if Crazy Lagoon can pull this off, that might be a possibility, right? But the probability of that happening, though, based off of the performance in game number 1, does not look very high, Vector.
Well, that's the thing. I think Crazy Lagoon definitely looked at this first map and realized that, okay, now like, this is going to be game on now, because Byro having switched up their lineup there really made it so hard for Crazy Lagoon to win that first map. So I think that's pretty much a wash now. I mean, Crazy Lagoon probably stepping off the wrong side of the bed here, so hopefully things will be a little bit better, because at least with the second map here, on dueling beetles, it's only a single hot zone point. So the thing is that unlike the other hot zones maps that we had last week, where there's 2 hot zones, now it's only a single focal point, and that's going to make things a little bit relatively easier. In the sense that you don't have to split your fights anymore, but it does mean that that center hot zone is going to be really, really hot, like scalding hot for anyone who's trying to stay inside that zone.
Yeah, absolutely. And we most definitely know exactly who's going to be trying to get in there first, right? The way Byro has been able to take these aggressive starts early on and just gatekeep the side of Crazy Lagoon from, approaching those key advantage giving situations or areas within that map itself will be quite the challenge for Crazy Lagoon to overcome. Kuru, with those shots being fired towards Seichi, should have been able to take him out, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. And Stu being dropped in once again, Vex will be able to fire those shots off. Sipotamte doing it amazing for the side of Crazy Lagoon, but unfortunately for Byro, Miria will be able to get the drop on them. Vex responds with a takedown onto Sipotamte, and it is gonna be catch-up gameplay from them right now.
Oh, that was a good shot there onto Seichi, but at least Byro has made good time here to get the capture percentage up. Now they are just a bit ahead now of Crazy Lagoon. Now Vex is going to try to bring some pressure onto Miria. Now the thing is that Crazy Lagoon still needs to try to get a good foothold, but with Vex constantly staying in the front lines here and just being so fast, able to peel back, it's so hard for Crazy Lagoon to get chase going on here. And look at that, Sipotamte getting focused upon by both Vex and Aaron. That's going to be a kill there for the Stew.
Oh, unfortunate. Now Miria trying to fire those shots off. Unfortunately, a 2-on-1 situation will drop Miria down very low. We'll have to dunk into that backup there for those walls. The defense will be sufficient to stay alive, but to come in and drop that pressure onto Byro will prove to be so difficult. Gatekeeping this like a champ. Now Seichi backs away, opportunity to get dropped, and it is taken by none other than Miria, but unfortunately will overstep the boundaries and be eliminated himself. 100-18. Crazy Lagoon was able to start the game well, but Byro finishes it off, Victor.
Wow, I mean, Crazy Lagoon really needs to get an answer to this dude here, because Vex is literally killing them right now. That was just so dominant in that round there. Crazy Lagoon really couldn't get a foothold. So, I don't know, like, right now, Stu still quite strong, even though currently he has gotten a bit of a nerf now. If I can just go ahead and pull up the patch notes here. The thing is that, traditionally Stu has always been a real thorn in a lot of teams here, because, his ability to charge up his super very rapidly makes him pretty much a S tier across a lot of maps. Now, in this current season, they've already reworked him a little bit, so now his super will not provide the knockback effect anymore, so that hopefully makes the fights a little bit easier to approach. But still, with the way that Vex has been playing that Stu, just booming, going in, doing his damage and then pulling off, using his gadget to ensure that he gets an extra boost in speed, not just for him but also for his teammates. That just makes this hot zone really difficult for Crazy Lagoon, because they really don't have an answer on how to contain that Stu. So now I think the pressure is really going to be on now for the Japanese team here, because if they can't really get that tension going, it's going to be a very rough match here for them.
Yeah, and will they be able to drop in a more tankier option, to pick this off? Because unfortunately, right, the long-range brawlers will have little to no room, and being able to bring in a few of those heavyweights to counter those mid-range brawlers will be of a little bit help, at least for Crazy Lagoon, right? They need to be a little bit tanky in aspects, at least for the invade, to allow a distraction gameplay, right? Because so far, they take this fight one at a time, and it's just not enough. A 2-on-1 situation gets turned around by Byro each and every single time. And, it's just such an easy snuff out. Crazy Lagoon really needs to change things up into round number 2. It's going to be a walkover victory once again.
Yeah,
Victor's just chilling out.
I think I got a little bit cut off there. Apologies for that, but yeah, I don't know. Like coming into this next round here, I just wonder why not really wonder. I'm supposing that they may not be that confident of playing the Stu, but again, Stu having the speed zone, it just makes it, I think, a bit difficult to bring out any heavyweights in this match here because, even though Frank will be a really good pick for most hot zone situations, in this case, though, because you got the Stu with the speed zone, it's going to be very hard for Frank to even pin down anyone because as long as Stu can keep his speed zone active on the hot zone, his teammates are going to be able to get out of the range of whatever the heavyweights on Crazy Lagoon's side will be able to do. And on top of that, you don't have the option of using Poco, which is basically the core healer if you want to go for a heavyweight comp.
So look forward to maybe an option of bringing Tick or Bali in for the side of Crazy Lagoon. Maybe just a little bit of ranged action. Bali should be able to get that damage done and prevent, at least his super will be able to prevent the side of Byro from sitting down in that hot zone too long. Backing away might give them a little bit of an opportunity to aggress into that hot zone and pick some points up for themselves as well, right? Because, being able to get a few at the early parts of the game and then not pick anything else up for the rest is just a little unacceptable. Kuru just diving in there and just getting snuffed out just like that.
I really question that play though, because the thing is that I know what they were trying to do there. They're trying to use Mortis to be the last anchor, but just
okay, now Miria with the opportunity. Seiji very low, but the shots will be turned around and Vex will be able to pressure Miria away. Miria dropping right back through because Sipo Tamte is right back in here towards that aggression. Unfortunately, Sipo Tamte gets dropped. Miria takes Vex out of the equation, still surviving for the backstab onto Seiji. A little bit more, but Miria will not be able to stand for any much longer. 77 right now for the side of Byro. They don't even need to do anything. Crazy Lagoon can't even reach up to the 17% they managed to achieve in game number 1. And this is an all-out annihilation by the Singaporeans here, Victor.
I mean, that's just a beatdown I've ever seen one there. I mean, they switched off. Switched off. I think they kind of anticipated that Crazy Lagoon is going to try to get a counter composition against them, so they immediately switched off. They switched off to a Sprout. They switched off. Oh my goodness, that was just so rough there. Yeah, that was just so rough actually for Crazy Lagoon because no matter what, it seems like Byro was still able to stay just one step ahead of them throughout this matchup.
Yeah, and if you think that, you're going to try to catch us off guard by reading our gameplay, analyzing exactly how you can, drop into game number 2 and take it back away from us, or the Singaporeans are just IQ gameplaying this all the way through. Their composition is perfection, and, the IQ plays to make sure that they do not get caught with, a comeback play by the Japanese is just absolute perfection so far. And that's just been 2 games, 2 rounds. We've seen Bounty, we've seen Hot Zone, both taken 2-0, not allowing Crazy Lagoon to make a comeback at all. And finally, we'll be dropping into Brawl Ball. And this is gonna be equally as challenging for Crazy Lagoon, if you ask me, because it's in Sneaky Fields, right? The Sneaky Fields itself kind of gives away exactly what this map is all about. It allows you a lot of cover as you are making your approach. And, on top of looking out for, your opponents who have so much of cover now, you also have to worry about a goal being scored against you. But the question is, how will Byro do this? Will it be a careful approach? Will they, aggress up front and eliminate Crazy Lagoon first and then move forward with, the ball to score those goals? Or is it going to be an absolute, I'll pick the ball up, I'll walk right up front and score the goal without even worrying much about you, right? 2 ways they can do this, Victor.
But the thing is that, knowing that Vex has the Stu in hand, I'm pretty likely that they're going to be using that because Stu is going to be so good here. And the thing is that with Sneaky Fields in particular, there's still a lot of obstacles around. So I think they can still go for the slow approach. That still is possible in this map. But I think the aggressive plays that have been coming out from Byro certainly is going to work out well. But interestingly enough, Kuru is going to be bringing out the Stu this time. And Seiji is going to be using M's, Vex using the B. Ooh, this is going to be interesting.
Ooh, Oh, Miria snuffed out so fast. And right now, Aaron trying to go through, but Byro, beautiful goal being scored. I really thought he would be able to stop that. Unfortunately, the side of Crazy Lagoon unable to step in front of that. Are we going to be able to see Byro pick up another easy goal in here? Crazy Lagoon will be looking to put a stop to that. Seiji should be able to get taken down now as he aggresses forward, but Miria making that mistake up forth, just giving that ball away and falling right after Victor.
Yeah, I think Kuru is going to have to fall back now. Suprema is going to try to get up in front, but I think he's quite low. He's going to try to get his cash out. I think his effects is going to have to be chased down here. The B's going to have to fall back all the way to the goalpost. Aaron's going to be picked off. Now there's 3 people surrounding the goalpost. Seichi is coming out now, trying to defend. He is going to be able to stay up and alive. Suprema tries to go in front, gets popped out of the way. Seichi gets his super out, and they've managed to eliminate the entirety of Crazy Lagoon and got the ball back in possession.
Oh, amazing play, man. And it's that pass, and then move forward, right? Not holding on to the ball for too long. And what a goal scored by Wex!
Oh my god. Oh my god. That was just so perfect. Like,
unbelievable, man.
Unbelievable. Yeah, like, shot the ball at the goal and then had the gall to even shoot once and then got the kill onto him as well. Wow, that was just so perfect. This is why I love Vex. You know, his B play is just so perfect though.
Yeah, and it just looks like this is just going to be a day that Byro is just going to be so delighted about. Crazy Lagoon do not have any answers for them whatsoever. Yes, they can bring in a version of their own stew, but it's not going to be cooking much up in there as Byro just looks to light the series up from start towards end. And one final opportunity in here for, the side of the Japanese Crazy Lagoon to make a comeback and put a stop towards Byro's just unrelenting run throughout this whole series, man. Just one more match and Byro should be able to wrap this up.
Yeah, indeed. And right now, I mean, Crazy Lagoon really haven't really gotten a good footing so far in this entire matchup. So I think at this stage now, it's going to be too little too late. Even at this stage here, they're somehow able to pull back a win. It's still going to be a really losing fight for them all the way, because in the end, it's still only one more map win, and like they're gonna take the whole series. So yeah, very tough situation here for Crazy Lagoon. I did not expect them to be in this kind of position. I was expecting it to be a lot closer, but I don't know. I mean, I guess that's a Cass's curse for you, I suppose.
Well, let's see if or not they will be able to change things up in here. See Potante with the shot towards Aaron, and that's not going to be doing much of that damage at all. Aaron should be able to spray him out of equation. Miria trying to get Seiichi out of the shot as well, but Vex will be able to drop all of those shots back to back against Miria with the help of his friend as well. I don't think this is a point where Crazy Lagoon feels like they will be able to break that win up just yet. But as I say that, Miria with the amazing push up front. Sipotante gets the drop on Vex as well, and they will go in for the goal. What a save! What a save by Seichi! And Vex is going to pick that ball up right through, drop it towards the corner, and eliminate Kuru right after. Byro, what a play! What a defense, Victor!
What a misplay though by Crazy Lagoon, because the goal was wide open, but still they landed it straight into Aaron's face. I mean, this is just infuriating here if you're on the Crazy Lagoon side, as Byro now they're just extending their dominance now over the map here, and they managed to get a pick up with the Sipotante. Now they got the one on Kuru. Now they have the initiative. They will bring the ball straight to the goal, and look at the Tropas going in there. Myriad gets popped and deletes it immediately. Sipotante comes up just in time to get the ball out of the way, so Crazy Lagoon is still able to fight, but it's right now looking so tough because they are completely contained within their side of the goalpost.
Yeah, this is a great play coming in here from the side of Crazy Lagoon. Now Sipotante has to be patient. Oh, look at that Bali do so much of damage, my friend. They cannot move out. They cannot move anywhere. Byro is just commanding this game. And the side of Crazy Lagoon, no matter what they try, no matter what they do, they just cannot move up with the ball. And now Seiji will have the ball right down there in front of him. But this Bali is not going to be worrying about the ball. He's going to be looking for the kill. And a pass up, 27 seconds. Miria should be able to take Aaron out. But instead, Aaron will have the assistance of Wex to drop Miria out of the equation. And now Sipotamte is low. Wex will deal with him as well. Guru will have the opportunity to take out Seiji. Miria with the opportunity as well. Seiji eliminates Guru. No goal. 6 more seconds on the clock, Victor.
Yeah, we're probably going to go into overtime now, so this is going to be a good opportunity because all of the obstacles are going to be cleared out. It's going to be a clear open field here, so it's probably going to be anyone's game here. It's all going to be a matter of who can get to the ball to the goal post first. So right now, Byro still having the man up. Not only Miria is able to join in, but Kuro takes a lot of damage there. Look at the super coming up with Seiji. That's a lot of area being denied here. They got to kill the arrow, but look at the ball. Oh, that's so close there, but the thing is, Byro isn't aggressing at this point. They don't have possession of the ball quite yet. Now, Crazy Lagoon is going to try to move up. Problem is that with both the Barley and the M's, Byro has so much control over this map here. It's really tough for Crazy Lagoon to find an opening here. But right now, they have to make this work because 20 seconds left. What can they do? They haven't even scored a single goal.
Oh, Kuru can't even touch that ball. Aaron right now will take the ball, passes it over to Seiji. Oh, and another pass up front. Byro will not be able to score this goal just yet, but Aaron doesn't want to give up. He moves in towards the ball, gets dropped by Miria, and 1 more second on the clock. The match is over.
Draw, ladies and gentlemen. The first time in the ESL Mobile Challenge, we got a draw match. Wow, okay, I don't know how this is going to affect the points-ish, but I suppose it's going to be half points or something like that, but nevertheless, we're going to be going to round number 3 here, and Crazy Lagoon finally been woken up, but I have to say though, like, Byro still was controlling the whole matchup until overtime. So the thing is that Crazy Lagoon still hasn't got a good answer, to be fair, even though they put up one heck of a defense here in order to prevent the goals from being brought in. So the thing is that Crazy Lagoon still, I don't think they're quite out of the woods yet. This is still going to be a very tough fight for them, but at least they have another chance now.
Hey, absolutely right, Victor, right? And you know, what an amazing defense from the side of Crazy Lagoon. They did not want to give up at all, and I love that. And they pushed us into round number 3 for the first time in such a long time. We get to witness one. Will they be able to use this as a point of comeback? You know, unfortunate, highly improbable as well, because they've managed to just buy a little bit more time. And even through the process of buying more time, they could not score a goal. Even with overtime being initiated, all of those barriers being taken down, they could not aggress, they could not score a goal. All Byro needed to do was defend. Bringing Bali in was, you know, the game changer, because, you know, those players just kept getting slowed down. The side of Crazy Lagoon really couldn't do much at all. And right now, this is the final opportunity for Byro, once again, to close this off. Maybe they'll get a little bit more aggressive.
This is going to be a bit interesting. Sipotamte trying to make use of this. Oh my goodness, look at that. Byro already taken down 2. Nothing Sipotamte could do it all there. Oh no, this is already off to a bad start here, man.
Oh my friend, that was such a good goal. I mean, these guys are making this look like an actual game of football. Seiji aggressing. Kuru will eliminate him, but unfortunately Vex is right there for that revenge. Miria gets the burst done onto Vex, done right. Aaron should get taken out by Miria. 1 more shot. Miria gets the second, and onto the opportunity, gets the third on Seiji as well. Miria, opportunity onto the goal, kicks it in, but what a defense from Vex. Kicks it right back out. Guru will now have to aggress with the opportunity in front of him. Seiji gotta get taken down. 700 HP. Guru cannot drop in. Will get that final shot, and just enough has been done from the other side, from the one and only Vex. What did he do? He kicks the ball up and he takes it away from danger, and that has been enough time for the side of Byro to make sure that ball does not go through those posts. Guru will be able to aggress one more time. Sipotamte, opportunity, and the goal!
What?
No!
What?
One more!
What a goal there for Crazy Lagoon! Just when you thought you're going to be writing them up, they just suddenly pulled off a massive play there to really bring this to a series now. Okay, one more goal here to take the series. Who's going to take it now? Crazy Lagoon trying to keep control, but I mean, this is perfect taste of your medicine, isn't it, Byro? I mean, now you're going to be facing off against the same lineup, and Crazy Lagoon is absolutely playing it to perfection here.
Absolutely, man. Kuru now with the opportunity to pick the ball up, will not go in for the careless gameplay. Finally picks it up, pushes it up forth, and this is perfection from the side of Crazy Lagoon. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are going to end up on another draw here if they do not close this off. We will go into overtime, and that is going to be an opportunity now, if you ask me, for the side of Crazy Lagoon, because the ball is up so far up ahead. Kuru with the opportunity now, drops in those double shots. Vex still alive, will be able to avoid all of those shots coming up towards him. What is Kuru doing? He can't go in for the aggressive gameplay. It will be Miria now onto the approach to the ball, but will be bursted back by Seiji and gang. And now Aaron with the scary move on the flank. He should be able to take the wings up front. Seiji goes in for the pass on Vex. They burst them down. What a goal! What a goal by the Singaporeans!
Wow! Ladies and gentlemen, what a goal there. Well done there from Byro. A dominant 3-0 series here against the Japanese team of Crazy Lagoon. And even though it looked like Crazy Lagoon put up a great fight there towards the end, it was still not enough to overcome the brilliance that is Byro here. Well done to the Singaporean team.
Just so aggressive all throughout, and they didn't want to drop it in towards the very end. 30 seconds left onto the overtime clock, and they'll finally put the game to rest. Well played, if you ask me, for the side of Crazy Lagoon. They didn't want to let this go at all. They gave it their all, but it just wasn't enough. Their all just was not enough to defeat Byro.
My goodness, this match is suddenly putting a smile on my face. Well, even though like 3-0's thumbs are usually kind of like a one-sided affair, but at least, you know, this was an entertaining series nevertheless. But I just gotta say, Byro, what a team we've got on our hands here. Not only we've got some really good shooters in the form of Vex, but you've got really good strategy coming out. I mean, the Seiji has just been absolutely the ultimate flex player here, just switching from many different kind of brawlers, using in all different kinds of situations, still able to deliver the plays. And Aaron as well, you know, just also switching off whenever needed to. He tried to use Anita in the last round there, which I was wondering like why we want to use that, but I realized, oh, using Big Baby Bear, that means you got an extra man, you got an extra person on the pitch there to help you. So, I mean, it's these kind of things here that really just makes me so I just love Byro here at this point.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's take a quick look at exactly how did Byro once again win the first exciting series of the day here, Victor.
My goodness, it all started off here in dry season. Again, a very tough match here, mostly because they weren't allowed to use any heavyweights at all, and it was really quite a tough one here for Crazy Lagoon because they would dominate the 9-0 in this first round. So right off the bat, Crazy Lagoon were really on the back foot.
Yeah, and of course, game number 2 opened up as well. It was a better showing from Crazy Lagoon, but it just wasn't enough. That one extra star that was picked up by the side of Byro most probably was the one blue star, right? That gave them the advantage at the start. Of course, Crazy Lagoon able to pull one back for themselves, but it just wasn't enough, man. And of course, as we were to drop into game number 2, Hot Zone was just quite similar in complexion to game 1, Victor.
Indeed, because Stu play from Vex was just too good. And then in this Brawl Ball match, I mean, the thing was that initially Byro seemed to be so dominant. Like their lineup was so good. They had so much control. Then Crazy Lagoon decided to go mirror match and actually gave them a real bitter taste of their medicine all the way until the end there. So the thing was that Byro was still able to fight back somewhat, but by the time we got to overtime there, this is where Crazy Lagoon really came to the fold. So that was the thing. Crazy Lagoon, you know, for all their faults here, at least they still played their hearts out. I mean, still quite unfortunate they weren't able to make a better series out of this, but man, it was still just so entertaining.
Aaron with that life-sacrificing save there. He jumped in, he dived for the save, he loses his life, and that was perfection, right? Because his partner just jumps right back in, revives at that very opportune moment. But that particular play kind of describes the whole of Byro, doesn't it, Victor?
Oh yeah, I mean, the thing is that they just have been on point here, and the thing is that finally when Crazy Lagoon managed to bring it back in, look at that, they just switched, switched it back on, and look at this, this final round here was just so clutch. The final few kills was all they needed to get the gold wide open, and that was how they were able to make this a 3-0. So well done yet again to our Singaporean team, Byro. It's gonna be maximum points for them on this matchup here. As for Crazy Lagoon, certainly going to be looking forward to the future matches here for their fortunes.
Absolutely. Now, in the series right after this, Victor, we are going to have a. My apologies. Production just spoke to us and I couldn't hear it at all.
It's okay. Yeah, we're going to be having an interview very soon with our player here from Byro. So we're going to be having Aaron in the call. So we're going to hopefully be able to get him on the line here. So hopefully we'll be able to get him on soon. Yep. So Aaron, are you there, mate? Hey, welcome back, Aaron.
Hello.
Well done, man. Well done.
Thank you.
I mean,
what a game, man! What a freaking game! I mean, what was the strategy that you guys brought through to take 3 back-to-back wins against Crazy Lagoon today?
I think the we definitely practiced this time around. We practiced at least on 2 or 3 occasions to because we didn't want to. We wanted to take this match seriously because it's one of the stronger opponents, and we didn't really want to throw it away. So we practiced quite a lot for all of these matches, and just getting familiar with all the possible compositions which could be played, and knowing how to counter and getting the meta out for all of the maps gave us a certain confidence as well, which I'm sure also was shown in the gameplay when we playing more confidently, knowing our matchups and everything we can do to try and win the matches.
Yeah, absolutely, and clearly, it was more than good enough, right, Victor?
Oh yeah, very certainly. But I'm really curious about your opinion right now about this new season, because as you know, right now Brawl Stars having some major changes here. How's your team really have been accepting about the changes here so far? Has it been good for you guys, or have you guys been finding it a bit tough to adapt?
I mean, I think most of the changes came into play last week. So from then on, we already kind of knew the direction the meta was heading into, tanks and stuff, and we kind of embraced it and just adapted accordingly. So in terms of the changes, I mean, it's going to take less skill to play tanks, but with brawler bans and all of this in place, it makes it a lot easier to coordinate compositions to play. So I think we're pretty okay with the changes. I mean, the new brawler is really broken. I'm really glad it's banned today. But but that's how it is now.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. We've checked in with you guys already as to the state of your team. I'm very, very happy to hear that you guys have started practicing together. Because if you guys were already whooping quite a bit of butts before practicing, after it really shows how much more stronger that you guys have become in this past 1 week, with the very, very strong showing in series number 1 against Crazy Lagoon itself. But as you guys will look forward to taking more wins in this competition, do you expect to go on the unbeaten run? How long do you expect this run to last? And if you were to break this, who do you think this one team who's most probably going to break this run? Because you guys are 3 for 3 right now.
I think we've been quite fortunate with our matchups so far. As I think I've mentioned before, that the biggest threats or the strongest teams are probably Jupiter, Team Flash, and Tropa Suprema. So we haven't faced any of them yet. But tomorrow's our match against Team Flash, so that will be that we could possibly go down to them. It depends on like how ready we are and how the games go. But I think if there's one opponent which I'm really afraid of, it would be Jupiter, because they're scrimming a lot and they have a lot of different meta comps for them, like ready to play, and I feel like the players are very versatile. So
Yeah.
Jupiter is one team which is definitely going to be a really difficult team to beat. Team Flash as well, definitely. They've had chemistry and are really strong together. So both of these two teams, I would say, they're almost on par in terms of skill level. And Tropa Suprema is a new force to be reckoned with. So we're definitely not going to take them for granted either.
Well, all the best to you guys, man. I mean, so far so good. All the best for you. The match against Team Flash tomorrow is certainly one I'm going to be watching out for. So all the best to you guys. So far, I think it's been quite impressive, and all the best to you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
cheers, Aaron. 2 days back to back, I threw the question to him in 2 different ways, expecting a different answer, but I think it's quite evident now already. And you know, it's no surprise at all, right? Jupiter is definitely a huge threat to not just Byro, but to all of the other teams in here. I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what happens when these two titans meet up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a quick short break, and when we come back, series number 2, and this is going to be between two teams that have not managed to pick up a win at all. So it's redemption arc for both of them. We'll be right back.
Before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. The ESL Mobile Open is just around the corner, so head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the light, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. That's how we know when we level up. Yeah, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. It's time, get up.
Before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. The ESL Mobile Open is just around the corner, so head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the light, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. That's how we know when we level up. Yeah, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. It's time, get up.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL Mobile Challenge. We're back. My name is Victor Cax. Joining me here is the Muchacho himself, AJ, and we're going to be bringing you guys our second matchup here. We've already witnessed the match between Crazy Lagoon and Byro, and now we're going to be coming down to our next matchup here. And the thing is that after that performance there, I just wonder if any of these teams here are going to be able to follow up that amazing performance by Byro just now.
Oh, and well, one of these two definitely need to do that, right? So far, this is day 3 for them, and the past 2 days of the competition has not been easy on either side of these teams. Let's talk about Sunny Side Up. They started off, they went into this competition, group stages to open things up. Jupiter themselves took them on, and they kind of got, unfortunately taken down 3-0. Crazy Lagoon dropped them 3-1. And of course, when we saw Waffles Monster waltz into the competition, Byro as well as Jupiter took them down 3-1 and 3-0. So both of these teams, unfortunate starts. Now, who will be able to come up to the top? Let's take a quick look. These are those two teams, Waffles Monster as well as Sunny Side Up.
No matter what, at the end of this matchup here, one of these teams is going to walk away a winner, and certainly that's going to be bringing a smile to their face here. So, Singaporean team of Waffles Monster, again, haven't been exactly making a splash compared to the other compatriots, but nevertheless have been still hanging quite well here so far in this mobile challenge. Sunny Side Up, in the meantime, the Indonesian squad, haven't really gotten a good break so far. Hopefully, this is going to be the time for them to really shine here.
Yeah, Greek, Kid Drunken, as well as Noping dropping in for Waffles Monster. We've all seen exactly how Kid Drunken can, 180 some of the situations that his team is going through. We did see, quite the comeback from the side of Waffles Monster when they were going up against Byro. They did manage to take one series back. But of course, the story was slightly different when they were going up against Jupiter, totally overwhelmed. Whether or not they will be able to put all of that aside and make a comeback in here today in the most astounding fashion, we'll see exactly if or not that happens.
Yeah, so let's have a look at the top picks here from Waffle Monsters. Very different compared to a lot of the other teams. They really favor the Poco and the Jesse and also the Colonel Ruffs. So this is a very different kind of team compared to some of the others we've seen so far. They don't really like playing against the Max and Dynamite here. But I think so far I really want to see whether or not Waffles Monsters have made any improvements over the weekend here, and certainly this is going to be a good opportunity for them to show what sort of new learnings they've managed to glean since having done the playoffs since the last week.
Yeah, and their top bands used to be Max as well as Dynamite. Let's see if or not they do change anything up this time round. While Maple Leaf as well as Dreadlord will be dropping in for Sunny Side Up. and this is definitely a team worth looking forward to based on the excitement that they've been able to bring to the competition so far. The Indonesians, have got this never give up attitude that managed to steal our hearts through those plays as they were going through the ladder as well as planes. Whether or not they will be able to steal our hearts once again at this stage, that we surely are waiting to see. Sunny side up, man. I've been rooting for them. Day 1, day 2, not doing so great. Maybe today will be the day things turn around for them. Max Sandy as well as Colette, their top picks, top bans, Byron as well as Poco here.
Yeah, very much. The thing is that banning Poco here probably might be the game plan here for Sunny Side Up, knowing that Waffles Monsters love to play that hero here. But with the Max and Sandy, if they manage to get those in, that could be quite interesting here for Sunny Side Up. But nevertheless, Indonesian squads so far in this challengers here haven't really gotten any good results here. Hopefully this matchup here might prove to be a good one here for Sunny Side Up, because like I said, both of these teams, their matchups so far haven't really gone their way. So now this is an opportunity for them, one of these teams at least, to actually get a win here, and that could go a long way because being that this is a round robin system, teams are playing for points. So basically, even if they are faced off against a stronger team here, they will still have much better chance if they are facing off against a team that's more or less roughly around their skill level. So I think like Waffle Monsters and Sunny Side Up definitely around the same level, at least in terms of like the competitiveness. But in terms of spirit, though, I have to say Indonesian squads in this challenger so far have been showing a lot of like never give up spirits so far in this tournament here. I mean, even though they've been facing losing fight after losing fight, they still are able to come back up.
Yep, they definitely do have heart. Whether or not that heart is more than enough, whether or not it will be what it takes to get them through this, Sunny Side Up. Let's see exactly what they pull off. Waffles Monster, Poco, as well as El Primo, they will ban in this game. Sunny Side Up comes through with the bans on Bell as well as Colette. Here, Victor.
This is really interesting because they're actually giving Sunny Side Up the opportunity to pick up the Poco, and knowing that, like Aaron had pointed out earlier during the interview, now the meta is already moving the direction of like making heavyweights a lot more stronger. So the thing is that if in the subsequent maps here, if they bring out the heavyweights, that could actually prove really well. But first off, they have to survive this bounty round.
Okay, now Dreadlord is approaching very dangerously, but for a reason. He takes down Noping. He knew he could get it, and he picks the star up for himself as well. And Waffles Monster, on the other hand, they did manage to pick up the blue star at the start of the game, which gives 1 star for their side. Now, the question is exactly how are they going to be able to aggress and take a kill back onto Dreadlord, who managed to get the steal on them. Kid Drunken aggressing. This is trouble. This is danger. Kid Drunken survives for 1 second, but Dreadlord once again drops that final hit.
Woo! It's Sprout is just absolutely killing it right now. I mean, 4 stars and a blue star to boot right now. That's putting a significant lead now, and a lot of pressure here for Waffle Monsters. Now, Speed Zone is already up, so this is, again, just like we saw at Byro, this is the game plan they have. They want to try to force them to try to gang them inside the safe zone, but it's going to be very, very hard because they don't really have a composition that's ideal for that. Creek's not being chased by the special. Still, nobody just able to pick it out just in the nick of time, but really, Waffle Monsters now really stuck in a real bad quandary here because it can't really get a lead up onto Sunny Side Up, and with Sprout constantly blocking their path, they can't even approach them properly here to actually get any kills done. Look at that, still 7 stars behind, still haven't been able to pop one off. Winnie gets taken down, that's already some stars going in. No Pink tries to go in front, no, he gets taken down for his efforts there. That concedes way too many stars here to Sunny Side Up, and that's the first round going to the Indonesian squad.
What can they do about that Sprout, man? I mean, he was such a pain. And each and every single time, they try to go up and aggress. The Sprout just, blocks their path out. And it was just an absolute perfection of victory taken up there. I wonder if or not game number 2 is going to be as competitive, or it's going to be a totally different story here, Victor.
Wow, I mean, the thing is that very well done using the stew in this matchup here, showing that, the thing is that you're expecting a lot of like sharpshooters being used here.
Yeah.
The thing is that without the opportunity to use the Poco, in fact, like I think Sunny Side Up could even consider going for heavyweights and Poco, because that could actually prove to be a good composition to use against them. But then again, I mean, Waffle Monsters could also conversely try to switch things up a bit. So I don't know. Right now, I think Sunny Side Up is having a really good lead, a really good start here. So let's see if they will be able to keep that up.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if they don't, right, it doesn't really matter. It's the best out of 5. They should be able to make a comeback later on. There's so much of space, there's so much of room for both of these teams, to pull it into game number 5. I mean, nothing stopping them from taking the limelight for themselves, right, to come out and shine a little bit more. Compared to some of these other games that they've managed to take up for themselves so far and not be able to come out on top. Let's see if or not they'll be able to push this, and maybe Waffles Monster now to pull one back for themselves. Greek dropping it onto Dreadlord, but this is going to be somewhat of a similar sort of a concoction being dropped right back through. Noping bringing in the Piper this time around, and I don't think the side of a Sunny Side Up will want to come in aggressive. But even earlier, it wasn't them who was aggressive. They just allowed the Waffles Monster to continuously creep up towards them.
Now this is going to be a bit tough, because all the kills is just going to be hinging on No Ping here, because pretty much he has got the best range out of the entirety of Waffle Monsters here. So the job of Greek and Kick Drunken here is just really just to try to get the setup done here for No Ping to get a kill. And there he does it, getting the damage done onto Dreadlord here. Now Winnie's going to try to get the gank onto Kid Drunken, does get the trade up there, so still 1-for-1 so far. But Waffle Monsters still has a 1-star lead at the moment, so far so good. Waffle Monsters, it looks like their pick here is starting to work for them.
Yeah, Waffles, they don't need to go in for the push at all. Noping just needs to make sure he's got his super charged up, and he should be able to help out Get Drunken once again the next time round, if at all Wine does drop in for the quick takedown. But so far, so good for the side of Waffles Monster. Noping doing just enough. Oh, that HP being dropped down real low. But Waffles Monster will be able to keep a strong hold on to this game. Noping just aggressing up just to tease the side of Sunny Side Up. But so far, so good. They will drop in that aggression, but nothing will come through. 11 seconds on the clock. And right now, Sunny Side Up, they are making that push. And Wayne will bring out the turret. Maple gets dropped. Waffles Monster, they will be able to even pull it back at the very final moment. Sunny Side Up thought they could turn things around, but it just didn't turn up the way they thought.
Yeah, Stu doesn't have the range against a Piper, and especially on a game mode like Bounty, range is going to be everything. And with the way that Kid Drunken and Greek have been setting up the kills here, and with the Piper just constantly getting the shots onto Dreadlord's Sprout there, that definitely made the difference. And even though Sunny Side Up tried to aggress at the end, the problem is that they really didn't have the range, and with Piper just able to jump out of the way of any damage, it just made it so hard for Sunny Side Up to actually get a counter attack going there. So very well done from Waffle Monsters. I didn't expect that the Piper pick was able to work out, but credit has to be given to both Greek to Greek there, because him as a tick really was just keeping that Sprout of the Sprout just completely suppressed on that side. And the thing is that all Piper needed to do was just basically stay out of trouble and basically land those shots, and pretty much the range on Piper still one of the best right now. That's why she's always a mainstay in a lot of bounty maps, and I think the Stu pick may not work out so well in going forwards here.
And let's see if or not that still is a pick that they will be focusing in on, right? And I believe Wine was great as he aggressed up the field earlier on to take down, an opponent. But unfortunately for him, that sort of play needs to come with a strong backup. Lucky for Wayne, though, he did manage to get out of the sticky situation alive. But I don't foresee him taking those heavy risks in this game, because everything will depend on it. But Noping, on the other hand, managing to pick up the blue star, because Greek as well as Kid Drunken just does enough. Waffles Monster now. Kid Drunken dropping Dread Round as well, and it's 5 stars up for the Waffles Monster.
Look at how aggressive Kid Drunken's playing. He's going right up against the spawn here, and Gridlock not even able to punish him. Now they get him trapped up there, but is still not able to get a gag on him. Look at that. Kid Drunken got in, got out, and got even. He still is alive, and Waffle Monsters are 9 stars up. This is terrible right now for the Indonesian squad. They haven't gotten a single reply here against Waffle Monsters, and they're looking to be very, very much in trouble now.
Okay, now Maple with the opportunity to aggress up forth. Dreadlord cannot make the push as well. This needs to be a unified movement. 868 Greek gets knocked back by that bomb, and it's not going to be something that he will be worrying about because the follow-up is just not coming through for Sunny side up. Now Maple with the opportunity. Dreadlord needs to back away, but gets dropped by Nopeng, and 2 more stars gets picked up by the Waffles monster. Sunny side up have got no way to make a comeback through in here unless they drop Greek as well as Nopeng back to back. But even then isn't going to put them in a situation of perfection. Kid Drunken gets taken out. 3 stars in the back for Sunny side up. But 20 seconds more on the clock just might be a little too late, Victor.
Yeah, this is going to be a real tall mountain to climb here, and right now Waffle Monsters are literally sitting on the peak right now. Sunnyside up trying to bring the aggression. They brought Green trying to get down only about 1,000, but look at him. He's just able to heal up so rapidly. That's just a key to success here for Waffle Monster. Kid Drunken absolutely playing out of his mind here. No wonder he got MVP on that round. That kid certainly needs a drink right now.
Oh, goodness me, man. He aggressed up forth. He didn't die. How did he not die? He should have died. He walks right out of there. Unfortunately, has his path blocked out. And I thought, okay, Kid Drunken, this is where you learn your lesson. Do not aggress up. He still doesn't get snuffed out, Victor. He walls right back into his own corner, and this guy stands tall. And he gets dropped like way later. But at that point, it just doesn't matter anymore, man. Perfection of a game being pulled off by Waffles Monster. Singaporeans making a comeback.
Yeah, and I mean, to answer your question, why the Kid Drunken was able to survive, it's just down to that Sprout. Sprout's gadget, Garden Mulcher, basically allows him to heal 1,500 health when he clears out a bush. So he was just using that throughout the match there. That's why he was able to get so aggressive right into the spawn area of Sunnyside up and just constantly get the kills going. I mean, you saw he was literally carrying that last round there for his team, and it's just so impressive there. Definitely one of the best Sprout plays we've seen so far.
Absolutely, man. And of course, that is just, game number 1, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Game number 2 will be Hot Zone, as we'll be dropping into Dueling Beetles once again. This time round, they will both have to focus in on just one zone in comparison to last week, where we had 2 of those zones where we needed those teams to go on those splits for. And what makes the Dueling Beetles just so much more, annoying, Victor, is the fact that he's got those grassy plains right down the middle in order to access the corner, right? So I wonder if or not we will be seeing some of these brawlers who will be able to clear out the cover that the opposition will have, because being able to clear that cover out, as well as being able to bring in a character that will be able to take some of these long shots, should be able to keep their opposition at bay. But of course, that is depending as to how the response comes through as well. Sunny Side Up has been able to show us that they are able to take an aggressive game. Waffles Monster showing us that they have exactly what it takes to make a comeback in here. Let's see exactly how this game number 2, how do you expect this one to go, buddy?
Ooh, I think it's still going to be very good here for Waffle Monster, because this map still is very good for Sprout. Like, he can still, if he gets his super out, he can block the pathway to the hot zone very easily because of the obstacles and the bushes. And frankly, also because of the bushes as well, like this Sprout can basically mulch all of the bushes here in order to get his health back up, and that's going to help him a lot on his round here. So I'm still expecting this to be very much heavily favoring Waffle Monsters. I think certainly on the Sunny Side Up side, they have to find a good answer to it, either by going mirror match or getting a comp to really counteract the effect of having a Sprout on the opposing team. But I think what they could really try to do is just get some heavyweights out, I think. But the thing is that with the Poco being banned, I think from the Waffles Monster side, they don't have that option on their end. But most likely, if Kid Drunken can still pull off amazing Sprout plays on this map here, which pretty much he should still be able to. But no, he's gonna be switching off to another hero, another brawler here. No Pink's gonna be using the Stew, so a bit of a different game plan here. Let's see how this turns out for them.
Yeah, in the later game, I'm quite curious to see how effective Bali will be as well. He should be able to take a commanding lead in this game. Noping as well as Greek doing just enough for the side of Waffles Monster at the moment. And Sunny side up, they aren't able to respond just yet. And here comes the approach by Wayne using the grass for cover. And Maple just pulling in the distraction, pulling in all of those shots from Noping as well as Greek. But Kid Drunken, man, not taking his eyes off of that midsection at all. Allowing Noping right now to drop Maple out. 57, 59 to 3%. Sunny side up cannot move forward at all, Victor.
Yeah, it's really, really hard because Waffle Monster has been consistently able to eliminate them. Now they managed to get one elimination on their side, so they're able to aggress a little bit more. Now Kid Drunken is getting back up to speed here. Greek's going to be forced to fall back, staying inside the safety of the speed zone here, but this is a bit of an opportunity here for Sunny side up to please get the capture percentage up, but Waffle Monsters is still quite far ahead. So the thing is that now Waffle Monsters still trying to find a good setup here. Kid Drunken a bit low. Now they will be able to move up. No Ping tries to go up in front. Winnie might almost got caught out there, but nice pop there from No Ping. That's Jesse going to be taken out. Can they get another one though? Dreadlord trying his best to get the shots done, but look at that. Waffle Monster already bringing it up to 84%. Winnie taking way too much damage there. He's going to get taken down. Maple tries his best, but still not able to get the kill done. They lost one more member. Only 5 percentage points left. This is very, very much one-sided. Waffle Monsters able to take it with very little resistance here.
Yeah, can I just say though, the play by Dreadlord was perfection, alright? He survived with so little HP and continuously firing off those shots, ducks back and forth from that cover, and survives with that little HP on toe as well. But unfortunately, it just wasn't enough for his side to pick the victory up, Victor.
Well, the thing was that even the early stage there of the fight, I felt was so well controlled by Waffles because there was still the moment like they got one pick off, and as he is coming back from spawn, they managed to get another pick off again. So it just constantly created a situation where Sunny side up was always like one man down throughout the entirety of that early game. So it just made it very hard for them to keep up with. Keep out Waffles Monsters throughout the match there. So that early dominance there definitely made the difference here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Tick and Bali, would be great, options for the side of Sunny side up to maybe drop in later on. Bali is, if you ask me, a little bit more effective. In a situation like this. We've all seen exactly how Sprout is able to block all of those entry points, and being able to approach the game with a little bit more of this variation should be able to give the side of Sunny side up a little bit of an edge in the next round. Let's see if or not they do pull it away, because Waffles Monster, man, they are looking even better than series number 1. They might just be able to take this back to back here, Victor.
Yeah, they just might. So let's see how to go. Looks like Kid Drunken is going to bring out the Sprout. So here comes the thrower. So this, like I said, Sprout is going to be very viable on this map here because his super can still stack on the bushes and make it very hard for them to get the shots done. Kid Drunken tries to stay up in front. And the thing is that, again, he does have his Garden Mulcher gadget, so he will be able to get up to speed even if he gets bursted down. The thing is, right now, Waffle Monster, again, still trying to keep this early game very much in the toe. Look at the kill there by Kid Drunken. He still gets straight off by Maple, but still the damage is done. They're already up 30 percentage points. Speed Zone comes out here with Dreadlord, but still they're not able to get a lead up onto Waffles Monsters. So now Waffle Monsters peeling back a little bit. Now they're going to be moving up. They're going to continue to keep the presence on the hot zone. While Sunny side up still unable to find opening. Look at how low Maple is. Might almost get taken out. Dreadlord now tries to aggress here to try to force the issue. Takes out Greek. Takes out No Ping as well. Can they get a third one to Kid Drunken? Well, not quite, but they are able to take control over the hot zone now.
Oh, what a play by Kid Drunken, man. This guy still hasn't fallen. It doesn't look like he will fall any moment right now, even after taking so many of these grueling battles, man. The very one time that he managed to lose his life, but even then, that was more than worth it. He does go in for that push. He takes out Maple, and that has given so much of lead for the Singaporean side. Sunny side up with the opportunity now. Noping almost taken out, but Maple shut down by the one and only Noping. Now Greek will get the smash onto Wayne. Dreadlord so low. Kid Drunken looking to get that shot off, and he does not get the kill, but they will get the game. What a play by the Singaporeans here, Victor.
Sunny Side Up definitely needed a thrower in there because there was just no area control, I feel. Because even though we saw the Stu Win really trying his best here to get the kills in. Problem is that they really didn't have any anything that keeps the pressure on that hot zone. So not having a thrower to just kind of control that area really hurt them a lot, because Kid Drunken on that Sprout was just playing that role. He was using his super to block off the entrance towards the hot zone through the bushes, and was constantly spamming the left hand side. So the Jesse from Sunny Side Up couldn't get close enough without taking too much damage. And again, with the Garden Mulcher gadget, it just makes Kid Sprout so difficult to take out in 1v1s. So again, very well done here. I was expecting them to use a Sprout early on, but it looks like they saved it for the second game here, and that actually worked out very well for them, because now they're going to be going to map number 3.
Absolutely, and they're going to go to map number 3 with all of the confidence that they need. Waffles Monster, they haven't been able to start the competition as strongly as they wanted, but now they are finding their momentum. But is this momentum enough? Because this momentum is being built, on the expense of Sunny Side Up, right? And Sunny Side Up, as much as the Waffles Monster want to use them as a stepping platform, they will have to bring their level of gameplay up a few notches if they want to continuously pull these Ws in for themselves. And I'm not talking about, taking matches after Sunny Side Up. I'm talking about, against Sunny Side Up itself, because Sunny Side Up has proven to be more than worthy to pick off some of these Ws, right? And obviously they did with opening the series up against Waffles Monster, but they just haven't been able to respond ever since, Victor. Let's see if Brawl Ball will be the time they do.
Well, this is going to be really interesting, because again, Sneaky Fields means that the Kid Drunken can still bring out his Sprout. So definitely the biggest threat here for the Sunny Side Up, because again, Garden Mulcher makes him very difficult to kill. They are getting
what a
lot
ball!
of damage on the win aid. Nice ball there. No Ping gets a score. That's one already to Waffles Monster's first shot already taken out.
Oh, excellent pass by Kid Drunken. Anticipation. Noping with the communication, telling him that he should be able to win his battle in a couple of seconds. Goes in for the perfection of a pass, and Noping just scores it right after. Now Wayne, close to getting dropped earlier, but has managed to top his HP right back up. Kid Drunken, on the other hand, will be able to drop Dreadlord, and a 2-on-1 situation now. Noping as well as Kid Drunken taking this fight up against Wayne should be more than enough to make sure that Ball does not move up forward. Noping shuts Wayne down. Opportunity to score the goal, and he drops in with the kick, and Noping takes it for Waffles Monster.
Dude literally walked that ball up onto the goal post. I mean, that's just, very dominant there. Dominant showing there by the squad. So, now Sunny Side Up really in pressure now, because so far things have not been looking good for them. And Kid Drunken has just been maining that Sprout throughout a lot of these series here. But I don't know. It just feels like Waffle Monster is much stronger in that early phase, right, of the game, where they can really get control over the map quite early on. So that's the kind of problem that Sunny Side Up face, because any kind of battle they want to try to take always ends up becoming a battle that's on Waffle Monster's own terms, not on Sunny Side Up's terms. So that's just a difficulty. That's why Sunny Side Up really cannot find any openings here, because really Waffle Monster is not giving them the opportunity to find one at all.
Yeah, and the opening is most probably going to be coming through after a kill on Kid Drunken is taken in, right? Because Kid Drunken has been such a playmaker for this team time and time again. Waffles Monsters seem to be depending on him as the anchor of the squad. So let's see if or not this will be something that Sunny Side Up looks to exploit, looks to explore in the next game. If at all Kid Drunken is taken down quite early and, the firepower is focused on to Kid Drunken, I'm not saying that, Noping as well as Greek will not be able to take the fight back on by themselves, but it definitely will, shift the advantage towards Sunny Side Up for sure, Victor.
Yeah, I think now they really have to change out the game plan here, because if they can't really have a good answer to Waffles lineup here, I think before long it's not going to be a long match here in this Brawl Ball. So I don't know, the problem with Sneaky Fields is that it's just a map that's just way too good for the Sprout. His super can stack so well inside the bushes, makes maneuvering nigh on impossible. I think the best bet for Sunny Side Up is just literally to try to delay the ball as long as they can, force it into overtime, because by that point, all the bushes will be gone. There's literally nothing that Kid Drunken can use at that point, and that's where things will definitely swing massively into Side Up's favor. But to get to that stage is going to be very, very tough, because you look at the way that Waffle Monsters have been playing those early stages of the match. They're always hyper aggressive. Either they're very aggressive, or they just find an opening and just really penetrate through the defenses. So yeah, Sunny Side Up really. I think the best bet right now, if they really want to have a good answer to Sprout, is to really force this match into overtime.
Well, let's see if or not they will be able to do that, or focus in on taking out Kid Drunken, as Maple will drop Noping out very, very early on. Now Kid Drunken on the back foot as he will back away. Maple aggressing Greek, looking for the opportunity, should be able to shoot him out. One more, but Maple will stay alive. Dreadlord now is in a little bit of trouble. Greek just chases Maple down, takes him out. Wine eliminated. Dreadlord, the final one standing in here. Kid Drunken should be able to do this. Greek now with the ball, but does not anticipate the pass. He backs away, but he does that because he knows Wade as well as Maple is back in the game, and he's not going to take a careless approach towards Sunny Side Up. And now the ball is up front. Greek should be able to get this done. Picks the ball up, passes it to Noping, but unfortunate because Bale has been able to strike.
Well done there. Did you see how the M's actually managed to survive? I mean, Greek had no business, Noping, no business staying alive through that fight there, but somehow he managed to do so. So the thing is that Kid Drunken, his Lu play actually is working quite well, because look at the amount of area control that Kid Drunken is able to pull off here. It's making it so hard.
Now Maple almost taken down. Kid Drunken does not pull that off. One more shot and he misses. Well played, but Maple missing one particular movement, makes that mistake. Noping should be able to score. This goes in for the head, and what a goal!
Oh my god. That might be the Brawl Stars equivalent of a nutmeg. Like literally in front of the M's, still shot it to the goal. Well done there, the Waffle Monsters. Another 3-0 series for a Singaporean team. And frankly, definitely their best performance here so far. For Sunny Side Up though, well, it's really tough for them here from here on out, because with these back-to-back losses here, it's looking to be quite the difficult journey now for Sunny Side Up in this Challengers. But nevertheless, for Waffle Monsters, certainly a lot of pride. They can have a lot of pride in themselves here, because they played so well in this matchup here, and definitely a well-deserved victory.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, what a game they took up earlier. And Waffles Monster, we will be looking to speak to Greek in a bit, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We will be interviewing him. They've managed to pull in their very, very first victory of the group stages. Byro as well as Jupiter have managed to take them down so far. But we can't really hold that up against Waffles Monster, because we know exactly how Byro as well as Jupiter are in the competition. They are, sitting down at the very top of the leaderboard so far. Byro has been able to show exactly why that is so, as they took on Crazy Lagoon as well as beat them in the opening series of the day. Jupiter will be able to show us exactly why they're feared, as they will take on Team Flash later on, right? But yeah, that one later on, man. Waffles Monster as well as Sunny Side Up. I expected more from the Indonesians here, Victor.
I mean, again, same as well, because this is literally their golden opportunity here to score a win. But frankly, Waffle Monster is just able to stay a step ahead of them. Now, in any case, we're gonna be going ahead and having a chat right now with Greek from Waffle Monsters. So we're gonna be having him on the line here, and hopefully be able to learn a little bit more about the background, rather what's going on in Waffle Monsters. Hey, Greek, what's up, man? Congratulations on taking that win, man.
Yep, thank you very much.
Go ahead,
Right,
Victor.
so yeah, it's gonna be. I'm thinking what I kind of gotta ask you here.
You
but,
know what?
I mean,
let me steal the first question opportunity off of you, Victor, if you don't
All right,
mind, my
fair
man.
enough.
Because Waffles Monster, I've been waiting to speak to you guys, Greek. Unfortunately, first 2 days wasn't awesome for you guys, but for understandable reasons as well. The teams that you guys have taken on, Byro as well as Jupiter, they were no small teams. They were definitely not easy to defeat, right? But talk to me a little bit about your mindset as you were dropping into day 3. How did you guys cope with those 2 losses and keep your spirits up for today?
Personally, I think for ourselves, we know that this is a match that we can definitely win for sure. As you can see, like it's proven by the result, it's a 3-0 sweep. So we are confident, and we are just going into the match and executing our game plan and just being aggressive.
Fair enough.
So right now, with this current season here, what do you think is going to be the? You think that the direction the meta is going in is going to be good for you guys here, or do you think that there's certain things that you guys could have been done a bit better?
I would say it goes both ways, because like current meta involves a lot of tanks, and basically tanks and anti-tanks. And for tanks, we do have good healers like Noping to pair up with our tanks that we can run. And then for anti-tanks, I believe that with our communication skills and then how we are able to work so well, and then also just having fun while playing the game itself, we are able to take out the tanks one by one. Yeah, so I think we just go with the flow.
Tell me a little bit more about your team, though, Greek. Tell me about the 3 of you guys. How long have you guys been together playing Brawl Stars? To practice, to tell each other that, hey, you know what? I think we are ready for a competition.
We have been together for I think for the past, I would say 3 months. Like when we all started playing together, but then we have known each other for almost a year plus. Yeah, so why we decided to form this team, because we feel that the current skill gap, we know that we are capable of competing, just go in. I mean, just just to hopefully scratch some of the big guys like Team Flash and Byro. So we just want to just have fun and also earn some money.
Hey, fair enough, man. I mean, that's the exact reason why a lot of pro players step into the scene. But the ambition as well as everything that you sought after will slowly grow from then on. But I think you guys have been doing amazing so far. Yes, Victor, you had one question for Greek.
Not really. I mean, I just really want to say well done to you guys, and hopefully things will be so much smooth for you guys going forwards here, because this is your first win so far in the challengers, and hopefully the first of many. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, Greek.
Yeah, thank you.
You have a nice day, and once again, to echo exactly what Victor said, good luck for more wins in the competition, buddy.
Yep, thank you very much. Have a nice day.
All right, cheers, man.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from the one and only Greek himself, Waffles Monster, with their very first win of the competition. Then again, it is only day number 3, but it's definitely a change of pace that they were looking forward to, and they've taken it in a convincing fashion, as what Greek has just told us. Sunny side up were not able to step up to the plate and take them down. They tried though, Victor. They definitely tried in game number 1.
Yeah. They really tried, but you saw just from the get-go that Waffle Monsters, hit the ground running very, very hard. And I mean, for Sunnyside Up, it was just an uphill climb. But in any case, I think we're going to be taking a break right now. But don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be back with some more Brawl Stars action after the break. My name is Victor Cax. His name is AJ. We'll be right back.
Before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. The ESL Mobile Open is just around the corner, so head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the lights, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the wait's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. That's how we know when we level up. Yeah, that's how we know when we level up. Level up.
All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. It's time, get up.
before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. The ESL Mobile Open is just around the corner, so head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the lights, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. That's how we know when we level up. Yeah, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. It's time, get up.
Welcome back to the Brawl Stars Challenge, brought to you by ESL Mobile, the fastest growing mobile esports program in the world. My name is Adrian the Mustachio, and I'm here with the one and only Victor Gax to bring you guys all of the action for the day. And so far, crazy action it has been. 2 series back to back. They have been easy 3-0 victories for the Singaporean sides. Byro as well as Waffles Monster, representing the Lion City, have been able to defeat Crazy Lagoon as well as Sunny Side Up. But now we are moving on to series number 3, Victor. Last Wolf as well as Tropa Suprema.
Yeah, these are the 2 teams now. They're going to be fighting it out. Last Wolf being the last hope right now of Indonesia to get a win today here. But they're going to be up against one of the strongest teams right now in the Mobile Challenge, Tropa Suprema. It's not going to be an easy one, I have to say. But nevertheless, knowing Last Wolf's tenacity, they're definitely not going to be backing out from this fight.
Yeah, sorry, man. I mean, I love the tenacity that Last Wolf shows us in some of these matches, but Tropa Suprema, they've just shown a little bit too much of promise. Let's take a quick look at the lineup of Last Wolf here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Rekka, Emka, our Big Wolf, as well as Farhan. These are not the ladders that they are climbing up anymore. These are not the play-ins. They are here to fight it out against one of the top teams. Tropa Suprema themselves. It does not get easy from here on end, Victor.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that so far throughout his challenges, Last Wolf has been struggling to really make an impact here. So the thing is that hopefully, you know, the break over the week is going to be able to give them a bit of a refresh now. So hopefully we'll be having a new and improved Last Wolf here for today's matchup. Look at their top picks and bans so far. I mean, look at that. They love to use the M's. I mean, Rekka Emka has certainly been really maining the M's a lot throughout this tournament, and definitely one to really highlighted like M's players here in this tournament so far. But they don't really like to play with the Amber for some reason, so that's why they've been banning her out quite consistently here. So nevertheless, you know, for Last Wolf, you know, even though they certainly wouldn't be very heavily favored in this matchup here, I would still root for them anyways, simply because, you know, I always love an underdog fight, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's take a quick look at their opponents, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The very dominant Tropa Suprema, Aaron, Ryohei, Molneko, as well as their substitute Arotan, will be dropping in here to represent the Japanese side. Are we going to be able to see Tropa Suprema, as usual, dominate the teams that are set before them? Crazy Lagoon as well as Team Flash stood before them in day 1 and 2. Both of those teams got taken down 3-1 as well as 3-0. Tropa Suprema is definitely the supreme brand as we head into the series here. And just like Victor has said, Last Wolf, the underdogs, will this be the story of the uprising of these underdogs? Well, technically wolves are the ancestors of dogs, so maybe, man.
Just maybe. But anyways, looking at the top picks and top bans, again, Tropa Suprema also loves to play the M's, so we could be having an M's versus M's kind of fight here, which could be quite interesting. But nevertheless, in terms of the top bans, again, Stu and Bell, no surprise at all. You know, the Japanese squads, they know pretty much that these two brawlers are like two of the strongest right now, especially since that Griff and Buzz are not available in this playoffs at the moment. So I'm very likely that they're going to try to keep these two brawlers out of play during this matchup here. But nevertheless, I think Tropa Suprema definitely the favorite team here. But I just want to see if Last Wolf can at least, you know, get one map out off of this Japanese squad here, because even that alone would be quite a win here for them. Coming up against the Japanese squad, even the Singaporean squads recognize that the Japanese squads are very, very tough, and they know that they have to prepare very hard for this. So hopefully Last Wolf, you know, they had the whole week now to prepare for this matchup here. So let's see whether or not the preparation work is going to work out well for them here.
Exactly, man. And here's the thing, right? Let me put it this way. Team Flash beat Last Wolf 3-0. Tropa Suprema beat Team Flash 3-0. So now that Tropa Suprema is going to be, you know, taken on Last Wolf, I don't know. You do the math. Let's take a quick look and see exactly who are these brawlers they're going to be banning out for the series that's coming up ahead. Of course, for the side of Last Wolf, they do not want to see Gene as well as El Primo. Tropa Suprema will be banning out El Primo as well as Bell, which means Stu is up for the taking here.
Not only Stu, Poco is also up for the taking. Heavyweights are definitely going to be available for both these guys, so that could be interesting, especially during his first bounty round, because remember, the last few bounty rounds has so far been sharpshooters versus sharpshooters. Now, the thing is, El Primo is pretty much like the premier heavyweight, at least one of like really core heavyweights that are very good at going for aggression, and because his ability to jump into the back line there is very, very good for initiating fights. So without the El Primo, I'm not sure what kind of heavyweights they could try to go for, but certainly with the Poco being available, there's a lot of opportunity here for Last Wolf and conversely Tropa Suprema to try to go for something a little bit different during this matchup.
Yeah, Brock and Viper, as well as, you know, some of these other sharpshooters, they can definitely thrive in this map because of exactly how open it is. And, you know, being able to pressure your opponents off of that blue star early on should be able to put you in an advantageous position, right? And of course, you know, those teams can be looking to bring in Pam as Bo as well as a counter towards, you know, those champs like Brock and Piper. So let's see, man. Let's see exactly how the ideation of the next series comes through for the Indonesians as well as the Japanese players, right? Tropa Suprema has been able to very interestingly show us the wrong screen here, but it's okay. We will be jumping right over to the right screen.
Yeah, welcome back, guys.
Sometimes we make mistakes.
It's just a little tease over there. But in any case, you can see that we're setting up that next matchup here, but it's gonna be a big underdog fight here, right, between Last Wolf and Tropa Suprema. But just imagine for 1 second here. Imagine the surprise here, because he said, you know, Team Flash got beaten by Tropa Suprema 3-0. Then Team Flash beat Last Wolf 3-0. Imagine if Last Wolf beats Tropa Suprema 3-0. What are you gonna make of that?
No, my friend. This is not Fantasyland. It is not going to happen like that. There is no way in hell, unless the servers are messed up and the Japanese players cannot connect for some weird reason, then maybe if we start having disconnection issues and all. Because look, we need to call it down the line here. Tropa Suprema has been so dominating so far, right? I mean, we look at the side of Crazy Lagoon. Crazy Lagoon dropped in here. They were able to take on a team like Sunnyside up, and they were able to take that 3-1 victory over them, right? But even they were not able to stand up against Tropa Suprema, man. 3-1. They only managed to take away one series out of the potential 5 that was available against the Japanese players. And, you know, that's just not creme de de la creme just yet. Japan definitely has got some crazy talent dropping into the Brawl Stars competition here for the ESL Mobile Open. And let's see whether or not we will be able to see Last Wolf take, I don't know, man. One full series is a long shot here, Victor. There's no other way to put it.
True, but then again, anything could happen, especially in Brawl Ball. You never know. You never know. And again, given that this is the underdog, literally an underdog fight here. I mean, Last Wolf literally has nothing to lose. So if they can somehow, string together some weird play or even something unexpected, they could even potentially catch Tropa Suprema off guard. But then again, knowing how experienced and how well-tuned the Japanese teams are, I think it's very unlikely they're going to be caught off guard like that. So I don't know. I think Last Wolf certainly, like I said, they have nothing to lose in this case here because at worst they're just going to lose another match here. But quite frankly, if Last Wolf can actually pull off a decent run in here, then certainly they're shown that they've improved a lot since last week. So I don't know. What I'm really looking forward to see here is if Last Wolf has really improved a lot on their plays here, and this is going to be literally jumping into the fire here. Going up against Tropa Suprema. So that's let's see how this goes.
I'm not too fussed even if Last Wolf does lose this though, and at the end of the day, that's exactly why we have these tournaments as well as competitions here, right? And it's teams like Last Wolf that I admire the most because if you want to be a winner, you go in and compete. If you want to be the champion of champions, you go in and compete against not those who can definitely stand up against you, but those who are better than you, right? Because you want to exploit exactly where are your own weak links. You want to exploit exactly where you can go in and improve even further. And, if you continuously take on teams that are just not able to put up a great fight against you, gonna be playing it equal down to the T all the time, you won't have those opportunities to pinpoint exactly where are these rooms of improvement that you need to bring into some of your games here. So, Last Wolf definitely has a great opportunity to be set on a super duper fast learning curve in this competition. I mean, thus far, I'm very sure they've learned very valuable lessons from Team Flash as well as Byro. I mean, Victor, you and I are both gamers. You and I both understand and know that's exactly how games work, man. You go in there, you have to lose in a couple of crazy situations in order to know to never ever make the mistake again.
I mean, here's the thing, you'll never be able to reach the top if you don't test yourself against the best. And this is going to be a good test here for Last Wolf, regardless, because again, Tropa Suprema, very strong team. So certainly if Last Wolf, at the very least, they could learn a lot from this matchup here against Tropa Suprema, perhaps even learn a lot from the play styles that Japanese teams are able to do. So, but I do want to point out as well that, even if, Last Wolf doesn't really end up making that big of an impact here, just by being here in the Challengers, that's a lot of tournament experience that these guys are going to have in hand, and this is only going to help them in future endeavors. Imagine if they come back in the next Challengers here, maybe they could even do so much better than they're doing now.
That was exactly my point, Victor, because, coming through once, being able to qualify itself shows their quality, and, not being able to win definitely doesn't take anything away from them at all, because this is not their one final run. They've not been in the pro scene for 30, 40 years, and this is finally the time for Last Wolf to retire, the careers are still very much young for all of these players, and this is just the start of a lot of great things. Our Big Wall as well as Rekka MK dropping back together. Viper being brought through for our Big Wall. He should be able to aggress a little bit later on. Aaron pushing up very, very, very dangerously. This little tick just trying to tick off the players from Last Wolf. And it just seems to be just enough for the time being. Tropa Suprema, not only have they gotten 2 kills so far, they've also managed to pick up that blue star here, Victor.
That's interesting that they're going to try to go for the Gale. Unfortunately, Rekka Emka is going to get picked up on the sideline here, so certainly Tropa Suprema is putting a lot of pressure here. Ryohei using that crow is literally walking right through the minefield here because he really wants to get up against the face of Rekka Emka, but he's going to face up against Farhan and gets taken out. Now the thing is that Last World hasn't quite converted this into an aggression, and Rekka Emka getting it picking off again by Aaron. That's 5 stars already for the tick on the Tropa Suprema side, and certainly Tropa is doing so well to keep this pressure up on the Indonesian squad.
Yeah, I do not understand Farhan's pick as well, man. What do you want to push away from the situation here? You want to push away the Tropa Suprema from killing your teammates, dude? You know, it's just not going to work out for Farhan, and it very clearly is not working out for Last Wolf as well. Tropa Suprema onto the hunt, but if Aaron drops now, that might put in a loop for their side. Farhan manages to take down Ryohei, and the side of Tropa Suprema will now back away. Rekka Emka wrecks Maul, and just like that, 11 stars for the side of Last Wolf. Tropa Suprema, will they be able to hold on for the last 10 seconds? It looks like it's more than possible, as Ryohei as well as Maul will be aggressing forward. Farhan drops, Rodrigo drops as well, but Ryohei responds 27-20. Last Wolf, not bad at all, Victor.
Not bad, actually. Not bad, but again, you know, like I said, Last Wolf, they're the last people to back out from a fight, like I said. But the thing is that I think picking the Gale, unfortunately, kind of forced them into a bit of a defensive play because they got contained within their spawn. So it was a very hard fight for them. And the thing is that for every star that Last Wolf was able to get, the thing is, Tropa Suprema got 2. So it's the traits just really didn't favor the Indonesian squad all throughout because the amount of pressure that's coming from Tropa Suprema. I mean, you saw this basically kept them contained within like a quarter of the map. Like, so it's just very little maneuverability they could do. The Gale pick, I kind of question a bit because I'm not sure what the game plan was with them because I can only see Gale being useful in a very defensive context here.
Yeah, exactly, right. So I don't know if or not Farhan went in there and accidentally fat-fingered his pick. I don't know what's the explanation on that Gale, right? But let's see exactly how they manage to pull this back for themselves, or even if they do manage to pull this back for themselves, because I think that was an amazing fight towards the very end. But unfortunately, Tropa Suprema, managed to catch up as well. I don't think Tropa Suprema foresaw that might happen. I think they got caught off guard towards the end there as well. And lucky they were able to recover in the nick of time. If not, that would have been quite an upset by the Indonesians. Now Tropa Suprema being stunned towards the very end. Let's see exactly how they will take on game number 2. Are we going to see more aggression, or are we going to see them hold back?
Oh, this is really interesting. Arbigo is going to be using the Sprout this time. The thing is that I don't know whether they have the range necessarily to actually bring the kills. Yeah, but then again, just like before, look at the way that Tropa Suprema forces Last Wolf into their spawn area again. They're basically in the same situation right now. Tropa Suprema keeping them completely contained. Farhan very low, but still able to get a kill into Ryohei in the last minute there. Now Arbigo taking quite a bit of damage there as a Sprout. Not what you want to do at this point here, so I'm not sure he's going to be able to get himself back up to speed. No, he does not. Maul picks him out before he's able to get himself back into action.
Yeah, once again, man, Farhan going to assume a very defensive position, waiting for Tropa Suprema to aggress, and they will do exactly that. The bomb does the approach, but Farhan managing to take it out. Now a 2-on-1 situation towards Farhan. Ryohei, opportunity, does go in for the aggression, but gets pushed back by Farhan Super. I guess that's exactly why Farhan wants to go in with the Gale. He sees the fact that Tropa Suprema will be bringing on the aggression, but Ryohei just showing Farhan that if we want to bring on aggression, you will not be able to respond. 14-2, Tropa Suprema is just kicking the Last Wolves all over the place. These definitely do look like the last wolves alive.
Yeah, Last Wolves making the last stand here. They're trying to get the trades going, but look at how aggressive Ryohei is moving in. 1, 2, 3, maybe? No, Farhan's still alive though, but Ryohei able to peel back, but still 25-8. It is literally over right now. Last Wolf trying the best to try to pick up some scraps, managed to get up 13. Aaron getting up in front of Rekka Emka. The shield keeps him alive, but still not able to get halfway through on the stars there. So still, Tropa Suprema stays up on top.
Yeah, and I just love the mathematics that Tropa Suprema just quickly, in the split of a second, just does in their heads, and they tell themselves, okay, you know what, even if we do go ahead and aggress, even if we do go ahead and drop a couple of deaths, there's no way in hell these guys are going to be able to pick the W up at the end of the day. And towards the very end, they do go in there for that push, and very carelessly at that, because all of the work, all of the heavy lifting has already been done towards the first 1 minute and 20 seconds of that game. Last Wolf, although it was all right, it just wasn't anywhere near good enough, Victor.
I don't know why, because the thing is that Last Wolf shouldn't allow Tropa Suprema to push them all the way to their spawn, because if they do that, like, remember, in this current season, with this current update, when you respawn, you don't respawn with a full clip. You only have like one shot, so that's a problem. The defensive games here are just going to be infinitely worse now because of this new update. So again, not the best position to play there for Last Wolf, but I think like Tropa Suprema was just dominating them ultra. You saw the way that Maul was like kind of half BMing them, just bringing the thumbs down every time he got a kill. I mean, Tropa knows that this is pretty much a very very dominant, looking like a dominant matchup for them. So I don't know. I think at this point now, Last Wolf, they really need to rethink a bit about how they're going to try to approach this, because this is not really working out for them at this point.
And going into the next map, the long range brawlers, they will have like close to no room at all in this map, right? And we are talking about the hot zone at Dueling Beetles. There's one zone to go in here and control, and here's the thing, Last Wolf, they are not able to aggress. They are not able to step in front and face Tropa Suprema. Each and every single time that happens, they do go ahead and get snuffed out. And as we drop into Hot Zone, the ideation of Tropa Suprema, as well as the aggression that they usually bring into matches, it really, really does suit a one-zone, hot zone gameplay, right? And I've got very, very low hopes here for Last Wolf, but that's the perfect thing to have right now, because they will be able to surprise the heck out of me if they get a win.
Victor? Am I back? Sorry.
Yeah,
I got frozen there a second there. But yeah, I don't know. I really want to see if Last Wolf can try to make things up for the next map here, because the map one wasn't too impressive, unfortunately, and it didn't really seem like they had any footing at all there. So quite hard to judge if like Last Wolf is just on a bit on the back foot, or maybe just getting outplayed. So I don't know. Let's see how things will turn out in this next map here, because I think it's gonna be pretty tough here for our Indonesian squad.
Yeah, I want Last Wolf to win, just so I can speak to one of their players. I wanna ask what's up with Farhan. What he was? Oh goodness me! Our big wall getting taken down so early. And would you expect Frank to be the first one to fall? Rekka MK now, the second one to go down. Aaron is just on fire. Our big wall once again going on the chase. This Frank is gonna get snuffed out, but Farhan strikes back, dropping our big wall once again, but not before Ryohei gets eliminated. Redka MK now opportunity to push up for Last Wolf, but that would not be as easy as he thought. Maul, Aaron, as well as Ryohei come pushing right back through. Our big wall with the opportunity on for the hit, but this dude is just going to be such a pain in the butt as he goes in to take down Farhan. Ryohei will snuff out our big wall. Rekka MK drops through once again, but it's a 3-on-1 situation that they cannot handle. Tropa Suprema looking to close this off fast, Victor.
Well, that's the thing. Arbik Will can't really find an opening now. The thing is that as soon as he walks into the ring, look at that, he loses half his health, and Maul just really picks him up so easily there. I mean, the thing is, Last Wolf now really struggling and trying to find that foothold, and just not coming to them at all. Even with that healing turret being set up there, Arbik Will still struggles to even keep up in terms of his health here. Now he's trying to get onto the point here. They managed to get a kill onto Aaron. They're trying to take one to Ryohei right now, and Tropa Suprema, though, they are still very much only 4 percentage points here. So the thing is that if you can get one good gank, that pretty much is going to end the round there for them. So Last Wolf literally has to stay on the hot zone as long as they can. You have to prevent Tropa Suprema even setting foot on that hot zone here, and this is literally looking like a very tough fight. This is literally the Alamo right now for the Indonesian squad. They already lost one. Arbik Will might be taken down. Frank's gonna take a
No,
team
no, no,
down.
no, no, no,
Frank's
no,
gonna
no.
take a team down. Hold on. It's all gone.
What a play, man. What a play. What a last stand by the last Wolves. But unfortunately, Tropa Suprema will reign supreme once again. Victor, I love it. I love the ideation that comes out of Last Wolf. I love the fact that they took an aggressive push up front. They had the turret down as well to heal themselves at the same time, hold on to this spawn. But just like you mentioned, my friend, just one push was more than enough. Why? Because it was just an aggressive game that was taken up by Tropa Suprema from the get-go that Last Wolf just didn't have many of those responses for, right? And being able to pull off just one tremendous play is just not enough.
I really wonder why they didn't bring out Poco. Poco's not banned, no? Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think Poco was banned, no.
No, so that's really weird because that's a problem with Frank throughout the whole match. There is that he didn't have enough health throughout the fight there to really make an impact. And anytime he started to walk up towards a hot zone, he immediately got blasted down by the B from the Tropa Suprema side. So it was just really hard because without a Frank really being the anchor inside the hot zone, like the other two members of Last Wolf really couldn't make an impact. So even though they had the healing ward down there, really they needed to focus more on the healing on Frank. But unfortunately, Frank really couldn't survive long enough through the fights to even make a good impact. Even though he managed to clear out some obstacles, so that maybe opened up the hot zone a little bit. But then only made it so much easier for the Stu on the Tropa Suprema side to maneuver around. You saw the way he just literally wrapped around the back line and made it so hard for Last Wolf to really stand up.
Yeah, I think the fact that they brought Frank in was one of the main reasons why they lost, right? I mean, in the last week, I was very, very much looking forward to Frank dropping into hot zone because of how sturdy he is. But this map is just not the best situation to be charging up those charges that, Frank requires to be able to dish out some of this damage. Our big wall getting taken down there so early on. And of course, Tropa Suprema just eating those points up at that hot zone vector.
Yeah, the cold syrup, that's going to make it very hard here for Last Wolf to try to make an approach through the bushes. So certainly this Lu pick here is making things very hard. Another shot there from Yohei to take out RB. Well, look at Aaron getting right up in the face against MK. This time he actually gets a kill onto the Amber. And look at that, they're already up 70%. Last Wolf haven't even got a single capture percentage point here. They don't even have the health necessarily because of the amount of damage is just coming out from the Tropa Suprema side. Look at that, Arigo picked up from the team time now. Farhan getting taken down. Rekka
my God.
Traded out. Oh my god, this is so bad. Tropa Suprema looks like they pretty much might take this. Look at that, Rohei just playing around with the jump pad. He didn't even care.
He's not even finishing it off, man. What a play. What a tremendous, suppressive, dominating play by Tropa Suprema. I believe this is the very first time we are seeing a hot zone match between two teams where team ends up with 0% of that hot zone captured. And this was an absolute wreck train by Tropa Suprema, not giving Last Wolves any face whatsoever in that match. And I think they are really setting the tone as to how they want to approach this competition, Victor.
Yeah, we're just feeling rather grim, to be honest, because I really feel bad for our Indonesian squad because, you think that, they went through all the ladders and got all the way here to challengers only to get completely wiped on the floor by a Japanese team here. So, it's just so rough, but nevertheless, I mean, now we're going to be going to Game 3. This is going to be Brawl Ball, so hopefully this is going to be a bit of a change, but quite frankly, with the way the Tropa Suprema has been playing, they're absolutely confident now. They know they have this round in the bag, and Last Wolf, this pretty much is their last stand now, I'm afraid.
Yeah. In the map that I wanted the Gale to appear, Last Wolf doesn't bring Gale in. And I'm wondering what's up with that, right? Because this is where Gale would have just been so much more superior in comparison to game number 1. Especially with the way the Tropa Suprema team has been able to dominate that hot zone. You will be able to approach the zone up close and personal because of all of that cover the grass gives you, and then just sweep these players off, right? But you need to be able to stand on that zone for yourself as well. So that play may be able to get them a little bit, but it could have definitely prevented a 0% pickup at the very very end of the day. Maybe, man.
Maybe, but at this moment now, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think for Last Wolf, I think their focus probably is going to be on the future matchups here, because pretty much I don't think it's going to be. I don't see that any chance that could have of taking one round against Tropa Suprema, at least at this stage right now, because it looks like they're on top form here. They haven't dropped a single round so far, and that perfect capture on the hot zone there is just literally icing the cake right now. So this Brawl Ball round here is literally a last shot now for Last Wolf, pardon the pun.
I am sorry, but if they weren't able to take this up on an open field, if they were not able to take it up on hot zone, even with a good fight at least, they are definitely not going to be able to take Brawl Ball. But let's see if or not Last Wolf does prove me wrong. Maul now approaching the ball. Farhan taking those shots. Maul will be able to pass the ball up front, but loses his life. Rekka MK with enough damage being placed onto all of them. Aaron now will be able to snuff him out. Farhan will have to back away as that Bali will be able to drop in so many of those very, very annoying tosses. Our big will eliminated. Rohe now will be able to snap Farhan out. What a play! But of course, Aaron will be able to respond right back. Ball to goal, and this is to open up the game. And of course, the way Tropa Suprema wants Victor.
Look at the way they responded the moment they got a pick off. Just one after another, just such quick succession, and just barely enough time for Last Wolf to even react to that. But look at that, look at the ball being carried forward. There's no one covering Aaron at all. 2 easy goals there for Tropa Suprema to take that first set. It's looking so rough, but again, I think, yeah, it's pretty tough now for Last Wolf.
What the hell, Tropa? I just saw Victor's face. Give me a break. I was just talking to this guy, and you guys, making us have this chat again. Like, how long was the game, man?
It was faster than I could. I think it was barely even a minute.
Too fast.
Wow.
Way too fast, all right? They went in for both of those. I do not know how Last Wolf will respond. But this is one final opportunity, man. They can extend their lifeline a little bit. I don't know how far that will go to serve them in the series. But let's see exactly what happens as Tropa Suprema goes in to take them down once again. Rekka MK about to get dropped, but Aaron will not miss that second shot as he drops him. Tropa Suprema will be able to eliminate all of these players back to back. Rohe right now dropping in real good. And our big will lose his life. Mo on the aggression. Rohe once again, but this time, Last Wolf will show Tropa Suprema. Don't get a little too excited, my friend. We will be able to snuff you out. Our big will needs to back away, but Rekka MK will be able to give Last Wolf a little bit of breathing room here, Victor.
Finally, some signs of life here from Last Wolf. So finally, they're able to bring the ball up. They're getting good gank there to Aaron. Aaron is out, so now they're going to have to face off against Maul and Rohe. They got him contained. That's a good gank. Now they're completely gone. Are we both? Shoot it in. That's a goal.
What a play, Last Wolf! And this is the fight. The comeback might just be real. Our big wall right now taking this fight up against Mole. Mole just flying through them, but unfortunately will get shut down. Our big wall with the opportunity. Are we going to see Ryohei make that exit as well? Ryohei taking that ball, moving up front. One gets snuffed out. Rekka MK moving in for the shutdown onto Aaron as well, and that will fall in their way. Last Wolf, what a crazy last stand. Tropa Suprema does not know what hit them, but Last Wolf is not giving up just yet. The Indonesians still have some fight left in them. Ryohei, now it's a 2-on-1 situation, backing away from 3 players at the same time, buying enough time for Maul to come right back into the game. But a 3-on-1 dive! And Ryohei gets shut down once again. Last Wolf, will they be able to take this Frank out? They are still surviving. Maul is playing with that ball in that corner all by himself, buying a little bit more time. They just want to run the clock down, but that's not going to help them in any way whatsoever. 28 seconds more. Last Wolf has to go. Can Aaron aggress up? Can he move up? This Frank will be able to survive for a little bit longer. Our big well going in. What a goal! What a goal!
What? He literally walked it up. How did he even allow that? Okay, there we go. What? No way! That was too dang fast. Tropa Suprema wins it 3-0 and in just such quick and dominant fashion. Probably one of the fastest matches we had right now. I mean, man, I don't know. I'm literally flabbergasted, especially after the last goal. 9 seconds! The goal within 9 seconds. That's just incredible here.
Tropa freaking Suprema taking that win. Last Wolf. Hey, I thought it was a last stand, alright? But Tropa Suprema was just giving them a little bit of breathing room just to take one goal against them. Because I like that, man. I like that about these Japanese players, right? They don't go out there and they don't try to dominate all of these teams back to back. But of course, after Last Wolf took that one goal, Tropa Suprema was like, alright, fun and games is all over. Let's just wrap this up. Too fast, Victor. That's all I can say, man. Way too fast that last round.
Literally too fast. I was just flabbergasted when I saw that he just shot it.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that Frank. Let's talk about that Frank. Holding back so many of these players, not by fighting them, all right? He was just playing goalkeeper, all right? And this Frank did not go up at all. He allowed his 2 other team members to continuously aggress up. And you know, every single time Frank did step up, he did go in and, you know, delete a couple of players. But this was like the best defense ever from Tropa Suprema, right? And finally, when we thought Last Wolf was going to be able to get this win, that Frank picks up that ball and he walks to the goal, through those goalposts. What? Let's just bring the replay, Victor. Let's just bring the damn replay, man.
Oh, too much here to really unpack here, but really, I mean, it's just been dominance all throughout here from Tropa Suprema. I mean, the thing was that they've been containing Last Wolf in this bounty round here. It just really made it so hard, especially with the new update, you know, where when you respawn, you don't have enough ammunition really to really fight back. And with the way that Tropa Suprema has just been taking this, you know, even from the get-go, you can already tell that, you know, the Tropa Suprema is already way ahead compared to what Last Wolf was able to do. So the thing is that even in this hot zone map up here, you know, even though they brought out the Frank, you see the way that Aaron just literally pierces the back line, takes out the Frank, and the focus onto the Rekka MK there. I mean, the thing is that the strikes are just so surgical here from Tropa Suprema. This is why they're considered one of the really tough teams to kind of beat here, because the way they take these plays is so dynamic and so fast. You really have to be on top of things here if you really want to fight against a team like this.
Yeah, but you know, thankfully the fight will be able to be brought forth by some of these other teams that are keeping the eye on Tropa Suprema, as well as how they are taking these games up against teams like Last Wolf, right? But this game, man, it was just so crazy the way Tropa Suprema went in there dominating the side of, you know, Last Wolf. And the first game, fine. This was the second one where I really thought Last Wolf was gonna make those crazy comeback, right? Aaron dropping a couple of players early on in there with that Frank, but the saves, the back-to-back saves, I just couldn't take it, Aaron, Victor.
Well, this was the point where I felt Last Wolf finally got some signs of life, but really it was just that Tropa Suprema was so confident they decided to go all heavyweights for this matchup here. I mean, just look at that, Aaron carrying the ball all the way up. They couldn't even stop him. They couldn't even stop him.
Yep.
No matter what.
And
he just literally
it was the
walked out.
setup. Yeah, it was the setup by Maul first, right? Maul just went in there and annihilated all of those barricades. And 2 back-to-back goals, man. 2 back-to-back goals because of what Maul did, right? And it looked like there were so simple victories, and it's really hard to catch these you know, game-changing moments, right? The situation-turning moments because of how fast-paced Brawl Ball truly is. And so thankfully we've got some of those replay moments to help us out as well, because as we are watching these players just zip up and down, man, if Maul wasn't in there to break down all of the barricade up first, you wouldn't have been able to see 2 back-to-back goals, and we might have been able to see Last Wolf pull this victory off here. So it's just unfortunate. Hopefully the next time Last Wolf does drop in, they'll be able to get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a quick short break. When we come back, the final series of the day.
Before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. The ESL Mobile Open is just around the corner, so head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the light, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the wait's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. That's how we know when we level up. Yeah, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. It's time, get up.
Before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. The ESL Mobile Open is just around the corner, so head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the light, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the wait's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
back against the wall. Still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball. I got my fan with me. That's how we know when we level up. Yeah, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. It's time, get up.
Heyo everybody, welcome back to the ESL Mobile Challenge. My name is Cax. Joining me here is AJ the Mustachio, and we're finally here at the last match for today. We've already witnessed 3 matchups so far, and now we're going to be coming down to our last one. Certainly the most highlighted one here, because it is going to be Jupiter versus Team Flash, and boy oh boy, I can't wait to see how this is going to turn out, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's make it official by showing you guys the graphics as well between these two teams. Jupiter taking on Team Flash here. This has been a story that has been building up since last week. Jupiter taking on two Singaporean teams back to back. The Waffles Monster were the Singaporeans that they defeated 3-0 last week. Will they be able to do that to the Singaporean Team Flash today? Team Flash met Tropa Suprema last week. Unfortunately, they lost 0-3. Is the same situation going to be repeated here as they will face off Jupiter? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, two very, very great, amazingly aggressive teams here. Let's take a quick look at their lineup. Jupiter, of course, first, the Japanese will have Tensai, Mameshi, Achapi, as well as Side Tempo to drop into these matches here, Victor.
Yeah, this is certainly one of the most feared team right now in the Mobile Challenge, and with good reason. This is probably one of the top teams in Japan right now when it comes to Brawl Stars, and they've really shown what they're capable of here. So these guys, you know, constantly fighting the front lines here. Certainly, I think we're going to be in for a real treat here, especially since they're going to be going up against one of the top Singaporean teams. Now, their picks here, very much typical of Japanese teams here. They love the Gene, Max, and Carl. They hate the Stu and the Bell, so no surprises there. But then again, you know, with the way Jupiter has been playing, I'm pretty sure that, you know, give them any kind of brawler, they can still somehow find a way to turn it into a win here. But coming up against a team like Team Flash, you know, who last week didn't have exactly the best showing against Tropa Suprema. This is looking like an opportunity for, you know, Team Flash to really try to bring the fights here against Jupiter. But let's see whether or not the Japanese squad has maybe a few tricks up their sleeve. Nevertheless, coming to our Singaporean team here. Let's see the lineup.
Yeah, we've got Cody Ace, Response Site, as well as CZK, who's their substitute. This time, the Singaporeans will be looking forward to taking the win over the Japanese side. Jupiter, unfortunately, you know, they will be a force to be reckoned with. Team Flash, whether or not they will be shaken up by the force that, of course, stands before them is yet to be seen, right? A huge potential for this to go into series number 5, Victor.
Oh, huge potential. And then again, you know, Team Flash, you know, after coming off of last week, certainly will be looking for a very good result here against Jupiter. Having a look at their top picks and bans, they really don't like to play against the Poco or the Bell here. And conversely, they do like the same kind of heroes, the same kind of brawlers that Jupiter loves to play as well. So could we be seeing a lot of mirror matches here? I mean, that would certainly make things tighter, I feel, but knowing these teams here, they definitely will want to try to go for something a little bit more meta, perhaps, or perhaps go for something a little bit unconventional. Again, when you're playing at this level here, it's all about the unexpected, you know, the stuff that, you know, you don't do normally, and just making it work. And really, now is going to be crunch time for both these teams here. So, Team Flash, they came at this competition very confident. They knew that the target was to really take the fight to the Japanese teams. So this is going to be their second chance here. The first time they tried against Tropa Suprema didn't really work out well. A 3-0 loss for them really kind of set the tone for this tournament here, really showing that the Japanese squads are some of the toughest squads to beat here in this Brawl Stars Challengers.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I did not see the 3-0 victory for Tropa Suprema. I thought Tropa Suprema was definitely more dominant, but not 3-0 dominant, right? So Team Flash definitely has got, so much to prove in this series. Let's take a quick look at the banned brawlers in here and see exactly who are the champions that the teams do not want to allow. In Jupiter, we'll be batting out Gene as well as Stu. El Primo and Bull getting taken out by Team Flash here.
Very interesting. Like Team Flash really, they know that the heavyweight meta can be very, very strong here, and they're anticipating Jupiter might try to pull something there. Jupiter, conversely, they don't want to have the Stu or the Gene to be faced up against, but they do definitely leave the Poco open here for both sides. And I don't know. I think there's still a lot of options here for both of these teams to pick in terms of brawlers. But we're going to be jumping into this first map right off the bat here, and let's see whether or not they'll be able to pick up those kills here, because it's going to be a very, very tense one. This first map here could set the tone for this entire matchup.
Oh, what a play by Jupiter, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Tensai managing to avoid the shots that comes through from sight, doesn't move, waits for all of those explosives to go off and uses that opportunity to drop in for the blue star. And this is just conversation perfection, right? Because they all move in at the very same time. Now CZK dropping in, the sub will be in action. Unfortunately, the Crow will have to pull away. Scythe getting taken down will give Jupiter 2 stars for their side, and things have started. Now CZK onto the approach. Are we going to be able to see him take someone out? But unfortunately, he will be snuffed out. Then Sai aggressive, and it's 7 stars for the side of Jupiter. Team Flash still waiting to pick their first one up.
That control there from Jupiter is just so impressive, the way they're able to dodge all those projectiles. CZK trying to go again, but no! Fujimiro, he had the shield on! Why would you try to jump on him when he had the shield on? Oh, that's a bit of a misplay there, but Team Flash at least now are able to push Jupiter back from the center of the map, so now it's going to be time for Team Flash to try to bring the siege onto the Japanese team. CZK again trying to go over that flank. That Sprout now trying to block off the middle here. A lot of damage being done, but still no kills yet.
Come on, man. They need to take that Sprout out. If they can take that Sprout out, that'll just put them in the perfect position to take this game back in the bag. Team Flash, 15 seconds to do this. Can they take down 2 players? This looks like it's gonna be impossible. CZK goes in for that aggression, goes in for the jump. Gets blocked off by a tremendous play from that Sprout. What a crazy comeback. Jupiter just puts Team Flash in their place.
Woo, that was actually quite a good match actually between the two of them, because it's quite back and forth, honestly. But I think Jupiter obviously were way more better at getting this kills. The Sprout was just controlling a lot of the area just around the center there. So and CZK, like I don't know, like his aggression there was definitely good idea, but he needed backup. He couldn't afford to just go in alone there, because the shielding that was coming out from Jupiter's side made it impossible for a Crow to even get the kill, because there's not enough damage done onto Jupiter in the first place. So again, pretty tough one. I could see what CZK was going for there, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out because the Sprout was just too strong here from the Jupiter side.
Yeah, the Sprout play was perfection, right? In terms of being able to block off the entry points towards the base of Jupiter and continuously be able to take some of these attacks. And, the mechanical maneuver with that Sprout itself was just perfection. Even with that final jump from that Crow, was not able to land. But even after that Crow had already invaded their base, it was how the Sprout responded, right? And he still got that kill as well when he went in, and the Crow just went out. Unfortunate for the side of Team Flash. Unfortunate for the players of Team Flash. CZK playing the Crow definitely did not see a situation like this coming. But I agree with you, Victor. The fact of the matter is, when that Crow goes in for that jump, there needs to be backup. If not, you are going in to commit for some stars, but you're also risking the stars, those few stars in terms of bounty that you've got on your head as well.
Yeah, Team Flash managed to get an early start here, so it looks like they want to try to extend this lead a little bit by invading his spawn. Look at the response though, going so far ahead, he's going to soak a bit of damage there. Does have the shielding up, so at least he's able to stay up in front. He's going to continue to try and invade. He stays inside the bushes, but look at the focus now. It's going to be brought in by Puchimero and the Sprout. That's a lot of damage done. Response going to have to fall back now, gets his shield up just in the nick of time, and the shielding just comes in, just clutch there to keep Response alive.
Yeah, amazing play. A freaking amazing play coming in from Team Flash so far. Response, and I have to say, a solid response. And now Tensai drops Sight out of the equation to pick up 2 stars for themselves. And on top of everything else, they've gotten the blue star as well. What's going on, Victor?
Wow, I mean, the Poco is now working so well. I mean, CZK's switch here is now starting to work for Flash because they actually have the healing and they have the capability to go in front. Problem is, Response is still getting picked up here. Now the Mortis is going to go in front. Sight does get 1 kill. He's going to try to get out of the way there, but look at the chase. He's getting chased off, and no, Puchimero still gets the kill onto the Mortis. Oh boy, Jupiter now, they are ahead in stars and they're now trying to make the comeback happen, and look at that. Response now trying to respond here, trying to get back up to speed, but he's taking a lot of damage here, trying to get him in front, and look at that. CZK does get a kill on the 10 side, so at least Flash now are able to tie it up in terms of stars, but Jupiter still has a blue star in their possession, so they still will win out if this does go into a tie. So the thing is that Flash needs to try to find another opening, but it's not going to happen within the next 15 seconds maybe. They have to make it work though.
Let's see if or not Jupiter will be able to close this off. Oh! They don't need the blue star, but now one more opportunity. It's all equal. Can they get the kill? No! Tensai seals the deal with that final kill. What a play by Jupiter.
Oh, last minute desperation play there didn't quite work out though for Flash, even though they managed to actually keep it kind of like even, all throughout. I was just surprised that even though they had the Poco, they still didn't have the confidence necessary to push in, but then again, you can see how Tenshi just literally was able to aggress into the back line, and unfortunately I think for Flash, they might got a bit caught out there. So again, I think it was a very close match here, but still, Jupiter came up on top just by sheer force of will, it seems.
And, when we will be dropping into our dueling beetles, are we going to be able to see the Singaporeans make a comeback? There is a high possibility for this. They are able to take some quite great hot zone matches, but this will be the very first time we see them drop into a hot zone with just one of these zones to control, right? And on top of everything else, this is to go up against a team that is so dominant. Clearly not once to be taken lightly. Jupiter is looking to take their 3rd perfect win of this competition, the 3rd perfect win of the group stages. If Team Flash is not able to win the series, can they at least hurt the record of perfection that Jupiter has at the very moment, Victor?
I think they certainly do stand a chance, though, given how close they are in that bounty round. So certainly, I think that's definitely within the realm of possibility within this matchup. I mean, it is, like I said, we do feel there is a potential for this to go to a game 5, but I really want to see how whether or not Flash is able to kind of make a good reply here in this second map. Again, given that this is a single zone hot zone, I think still, it's still going to be very, very tight, I think, between these two. So yeah, I think this is definitely looking to be a much closer fight compared to all the matchups we had so far. So definitely this is actually getting me kind of excited, because now we're having a real good series here.
Yeah, closer fight, but Jupiter still able to close this off 2-0, right, in the first series. Let's see if or not they'll be able to keep it consistent and take game number 2 as well, because that will definitely surprise me. Team Flash not even able to take one against Tropa Suprema. That was a huge shock as far as I'm concerned, because I expected them to well, quite honestly, win against Tropa Suprema with what they had shown in the competition thus far. But clearly, the Japanese sides, they are showing that, not only are they ready, they are true championship quality, right? True champions in their own accord. And now this will be the opportunity for Singapore to get this victory. Tensai opening things up very well at the hot zone, picking up those very crucial points. CZK dropping those shots up towards him, but that will not be enough to eliminate him. This Sprout is going to be able to aggress. Tensai will stand strong, not able to take him out just yet. Team Flash now on with the lead, 27% to 6, Victor.
Yeah, it's looking like Flash having a good start right now, and that's all thanks to the Sprout literally blocking things out, making it hard for Fujimaro to actually counteract. Oh, good shot there. Take out the 8-bit by side. He's only out for the 6, so Fujimaro to one toss there basically takes out that B. So now Jupiter, they have an opportunity to try to get on the point, but again, the Sprout is just keeping the bushes just all blocked out. So again, they can't really go on to contest the hot zone, and that's making things very hard here for Jupiter in the long run. Now finally trying to get on, trying to get a kill. Psych, gonna get taken down. Jupiter now, they have an opportunity to get on a hot zone. Can they try to keep it alive here? This is gonna be their chance now to, the ball is literally on Team Flash's court.
Oh, absolutely, man. But, the Sprout play has been absolute perfection so far by CZK, and the response will be able to drop Fujimaro as well. Tensai wants to aggress, but has been blocked out by CZK, and CZK will be able to pick those points up for himself, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is Team Flash at its best. Tensai now aggressing, but dropped by CZK, and the reversal will drop through right after, as CZK now gets eliminated. Response will fall right after him, and now Jupiter with the opportunity to make the comeback for themselves. Tensai will be on that hot zone, picking those points up. Response with the opportunity to flush him out. Doesn't get to do that, and Tensai will still be ravaging up on that hot zone. Here they come with the catch-up gameplay. 61% onto the catch, and they will be able to overtake Team Flash with this play as well, Victor.
Look at the way Fujimaro is just literally pushing up in front. And managed to get a kill. 1, 2, maybe 3. Yes, it's going to be 3. That's everyone from Team Flash out of the map. So that pretty much 9 percentage points going to be taken up by Jupiter without any contest here for Team Flash. Couple percentage points. That is it. Jupiter, they took it back. What a comeback here in this map.
Wow. Wow. Right, because there was just so much in that game that Team Flash gave us to hang on to, right? So much of hope that was given out to the Singaporean fan base, because that was an amazing start to that game. But Jupiter with their comeback gameplay, man. The Sprout was perfection by CZK. I loved his play. He constantly blocked off the mid-section entry point and continuously forced the team of Jupiter to take the left as well as right-hand sides. And as soon as that happened, he had his teammates to go in there for that snuff, right? He had all of those long shots all sorted out for his team side, but just unfortunate. They got flushed out towards the very end, Victor.
And that's the thing, Fujimaro finally got the right idea and started putting pressure on the Sprout. He should have done that from the get-go, because the Sprout was just literally making it so hard for Jupiter to contest a hot zone. So finally they had the right idea, and once the Marty was able to bring out the special, that was pretty much they controlled the hot zone from that point on. So that's literally, like, this is why I love watching a team like Jupiter play, because even though it was a losing battle there, they still somehow, they knew exactly what they needed to do in order to try to turn that into win. And by taking out ZZK and that Sprout, they eliminated the main obstacle that prevented them from being able to contest that hot zone. And look at how that worked out so well here for Jupiter. And again, this is why we keep saying Jupiter, they literally are champion quality here, because they not only understand the game so well, their mechanical skills are on point, and just the way they're able to pull out plays like this is just so impressive to see.
Yeah, split-second decision making. If you've been put in situations in the esports world, in the pro scene, where you have to make split-second decisions, Brawl Stars just takes that to a whole new level, right? Because the pace of this game is, it can be over in a couple of seconds. It can get dragged out to a minute or two, but either way, you don't really have a lot of time to think. So for them to be able to turn things around in just that one hot zone map is just perfection, man. And CZK will be looking to play the Sprout once again, but the response will come through from Jupiter as they bring in their very own Sprout, and CZK loses his life. We can play the game that you play at, say the Japanese.
I mean, bring out 2 throwers now. They know they have this in the bag because as long as they can keep CZK contained here, he's not going to be able to play the same way he's going to be able to do. It's going to be a bit harder for him, especially now that bring out the Sprout on their side. CZK picked off there by Tensai. Good shot there by the 8-bit. He'll be able to take that response as well. Fujimaro again pulling a impressive play here as a Barley, and now it's going to be area control going to the side of Jupiter as they keep Team Flash contained within their side of the map, and they continue to bring that hot zone up. Now 60 percentage points. They are going to be able to bring the turret down. That's going to bring an extra boost to damage, and they're already getting the kills. CZK out for the count yet again.
Oh my good freakingness. Look at CZK just get snuffed out time and time again. This Sprout this time around does not have much room to aggress at all based on the way the Sprout on Jupiter's side is playing this out. Look at this, man. They're holding up the trophy already as part of the emo. They've got this in the bag. 100-14. Team Flash is nowhere to be seen on that game.
Ooh. That adaptation is just so good from Jupiter. Like, they realized that the weakness they really had was just that they couldn't put pressure on the Sprout. So what they do? They brought out the Sprout and they put pressure on the other Sprout. Easy.
I love the amount of pressure the Sprout can play, but hey, let's bring it and get it done for ourselves, right? And the Sprout that was able to play the pressure for the Jupiter side played the exact same gameplay as CZK, continuously putting the pressure down middle, continuously bringing up those brushes, blocking in the entrance from the mid section, and when it opens up the alleyway on the left and right, Jupiter does not wait for Team Flash to come running down and snuff them out. No, they aggress up and they overtake the grassy areas of Team Flash, and that is just game over. That's absolute game over, because where's the cover that Team Flash runs behind? They cannot aggress because of the 2 throwers that they have on Jupiter's side, and that was just, a checkmate situation for the Singaporeans, Victor.
Yeah, and you can see the way that they kept CZK not only contained but just constantly harassing him with all the throws, all the projectiles. Yeah, they figured out the game plan and they knew how to dissect Team Flash, and you saw that they did it within like a few rounds. I mean, wow. I mean, again, this is why every single team here is just fearing the Japanese teams, because they're just so impressive and so incredibly tough to play against. So Team Flash really are being given a run of their money right now, and given that this is not really working out for them in this first 2 maps, I mean, now it's really going to be crunch time for them, because so far they have actually been able to get some good fights, but still Jupiter is able to just able to clinch it back, just by pulling up good adaptations and good plays on their end. So I think Team Flash wants to really overtake Jupiter here. They have to literally play at 110% of their capacity here. Literally have to be at top form here if they really want to stand a chance.
Yeah, at the very moment, it really looks like, the hope is just all gone from the side of Team Flash. But if anything, we know that comeback gameplay from the Singaporean side is definitely possible, right? Team Flash has been able to show us that, they are able to take some of these games, in convincing fashion, albeit not against the Japanese side just yet, right? Tropa, Suprema, as well as Jupiter, definitely proving to be a huge pain in their sides. Wow, Fujimaro pushing the ball up, but unfortunately, Tensai has gotten eliminated. Now, Scythe will be able to move the ball up front, but he will not be able to do more than that. This is going to be Mameshi as well as Achapi for the side of Jupiter as well, trying to take the ball up front, but unfortunately they will have to deal with an aggressing Singaporean side.
Yeah, very aggressive here for Flash. They're literally picking up the kills one by one. Fujimaro is already down. They already take out the ends as well. Well, that's pretty much a goal there. Scythe gets it scored.
Very cheeky from Scythe, but let's see if or not they'll be able to pull that off again. And right now, Tensai dropping onto the right-hand side. Fujimero will be able to push the ball up front and does not get snuffed out. Oh, he does! But CZK, Bali doing just enough to push the ball on towards the corner. And this is a perfect position for Team Flash now to make a comeback. Scythe should be able to take Tensai out on this aggressive push now. Tensai on for one final shot. Scythe does exactly that. And now he can focus on to the left-hand side. But Fujimero trying to keep him a little busy. And while CZK will go in for the push, Response can now pick that ball up and move for the goal maybe.
Oh, CZK, very low. He's gonna get picked off. No, there's no one defending now. Fujimero passes to Tensai. Tensai not able to get through. They're trying to keep it out. They're getting out. No way. They took out both members of Jupiter just in the nick of time, and they failed to score the second goal.
What a last-minute save there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And now it's going to be CZK holding back. They have pushed the ball back towards their own base already. Let's see if or not they won't be able to take this fight. Tensai aggressing on, and Scythe almost falls. Oh, what a final shot by Response! And CZK takes down Fujimero as well. Opportunity now, Victor! Opportunity!
Where is the ball? They're not even caring about the ball at the moment. They just want to keep them contained. They want to take them out. They do take them out. 8 seconds remain. They don't even bring the balls in. They are just literally spawn killing them at this point, and they're just being contained. They know that there's one goal ahead. They don't have to go for the goal. And nicely done here by Team Flash.
What a play. This is what we were looking for. But is it enough, Richter? I mean, Jupiter has shown that they are clearly the dominant side. And now Team Flash have got an opportunity to pull a series away from them. And in what convincing fashion did they manage to pull off that first game in Brawl Ball? If they're able to do this once again, dude, are we looking at a reverse sweep possibility here?
Well, given that the next map is going to be double swoosh, this is going to be a bit tough, I think, for Team Flash, because given the way Jupiter plays, and given that has a lot of bushes, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of sprout here on this map. So, you know, I mean, again, it's still... I think that this is going to be a good chance now for Team Flash to get one set off of Jupiter. Then they can start to focus on the subsequent maps. But certainly this is going to be their last chance now to really get the reverse sweep. So they have to put 110 focus onto this here. Because again, you know, you cannot count out Team Flash. You know, they came in this tournament very, very confident. They were very, very well prepared, and they are very hungry for that success. So certainly they're not going to let minor inconvenience such as a top Japanese team literally stand in their way.
Yeah, and let's put this out once again. What Team Flash is not only trying to do here is, of course, apart from get the win, they're also trying to break the perfect, run that Jupiter has had so far. They've had 3-0 win over Sunny Side Up. They've had a 3-0 win over the Waffles Monster, and now they are looking for a potential 3-0 win over Team Flash as well. If Team Flash is able to at least take one more win on Brawl Ball right after this, maybe breaking that streak for the Japanese side is exactly what some of these other teams need. Maybe that will shake them up. But of course, at that point, we will be able to see exactly how truly strong the Japanese are. Because, to fight back from a situation like that, how do you stay strong, Victor? I'm interested to see a situation like that.
Yeah, you just literally have to keep your head down and just focus on the battle ahead. As now we're going to be going into the fight now. Team Flash, again, they just need to win one more round here, and they'll be forced to go into Game 5. But no response picked up so early there. Side taking out as well. Look at that, so quick. All the pickoffs happening here for Jupiter. The goal is a bit open, but they're not quite shooting it yet. They're waiting for them to respawn. They want to get another round of pickoffs here before they try to shoot for the goal. So again, very, very tactical play here by Jupiter. Certainly trying to make it safe. Look at that! The damage onto CZK. The Rosa is out. Response is down. The ball pass from Tensai to Fujimero. He shoots. He scores.
What a well-played goal there. But, you know, the defense coming in from Team Flash was excellent as well towards the very end. Kicking the ball towards the corner before getting taken down was close to perfection. But unfortunately, CZK will get dropped early on this time. And Fujimero is trying to aggress his way up, being held back by the side of Respawn. And it will be Sight now that gets taken down. CZK is back in the match. And it looks like this Bali's trying to go in and take him out. CZK backs away, waiting for Sight to drop right back into the game. The ball is very much straight up there. Tensai, are we going to be able to see a pass of perfection coming through now? Fujimero, he brings the ball up, goes in for the goal, and Fujimero brings round 2 to a close.
Ooh. Wow. Like I said, just when you think that, Team Flash is going to be able to get the lead up, Jupiter comes back. They come back, and they come back strong. And picking up the Ems is definitely the best option. They had to go over there, because once Ems unleashes her super, that's a massive area that, Team Flash cannot fight inside. You saw how it just drained the life out of them on the goalpost as they came out from spawn. It just made it such an impossible situation in order to try to fight back. And remember, when you respawn, they don't have a lot of ammunition to shoot back with, so that just compounded the situation for them. And so very, very tough. But again, Jupiter played this so perfectly. They knew what they had to do to bring the round back into their favor, and they just pulled it off in such a majestic fashion.
This is turning out to be such an exciting close to the day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Will Team Flash be able to bring us into a game number 4? Will they even be able to win a game number 4 and then push us into our very first 5th series of the group stages? I'm looking forward to something like that. I was thinking that, day 2 was going to be one of the best matchups for us. That was, of course, when we had the side of Tropa Suprema taking on Team Flash. But this opportunity now for Jupiter and Flash to go at it. If the Singaporeans are able to pull this off, gee, I don't know, Victor. I don't know. It would be crazy.
It would be insane, but unfortunately, they're going to be trading off the Bs for each other. CZK goes up and Fujimero picks up the Ms. That might be an opportunity, but Sight, he's going to be facing a lot of pressure here. He spots out Tensai, picks him out very quickly. Well done there. Now, Team Flash has a man advantage, so they can afford to try to extend this by pushing the ball all the way forward. So now Jupiter, the ball is literally in their court now, so Team Flash, they have to keep this pressure up, but they still need to get the pickoffs. Those are the keys now in order to be able to get the scores. That's going to be one there on the Tensai. This could be an opportunity. Fujimero unleashes his special, but he loses out his B. He's all alone now. Nothing stands in the way now. Flash brings the ball in. Tensai comes up. He's going to try to defend. CZK picks up the ball. He's going to be up front. He scores just in the nick of time.
Oh, that was all about the pass, man. That was all about fooling your enemies, going one side, ducking to the left, kicking the ball towards the right. Perfection. Now, Fujimero with the opportunity to aggress up front. Sight will be able to drop in as well, keeping Fujimero onto the back line. The ball is still in the center of the arena as Response will lose his life. Jupiter trying to eliminate these players up front first as the ball will be pushed towards the side of Team Flash. And now the opportunity to take CZK out appears for Fujimero, but CZK will be able to survive for that 1 second as he finally falls. Fujimero doing just enough, and now Tensai will be able to aggress up front as well. Sight will lose his life, but at the moment Jupiter is not taking any chances whatsoever, Victor.
CZK, the cancel! Fujimero just canceled out Carl there from CZK, my goodness! There's already one down, they've got another there on the B. Sight alone sends out his special, but it's not going to be enough. He doesn't get enough damage done. CZK alone, can he defend? No, he cannot! That's another score! 1-for-1 right now. One more goal to go.
Oh, who's going to be able to get this 5 seconds? We're definitely going to go into overtime, which means no more cover, which means you cannot hide, you cannot run. Let's go and see exactly who will get snuffed out here. Those sprays coming out towards Fujimero will not be able to take him down. Response now going in for that aggression, might be able to get this kill, but perfection in terms of the mechanical abilities from the players of Jupiter will make sure they still stay alive. And now Sight needs to be really careful as Fujimero will be looking to take that aggressive fight against him. CZK going and pushing his luck a little bit too much, but he wants to get this kill onto Tensai, and Tensai will not be looking to fall. Tensai, that aggression will be coming through. Tensai drops, and Response now will have an opportunity, but Response goes down as well, and the field is wide open. Sight, how will they be able to do this as the ball will be moving in towards Team Flash? But here's the thing, 10 more seconds on the clock, Victor.
Yeah, they're trying to defend as hard as they can, but no, the ball's actually quite close to the goal on the Team Flash side, but the timer is running out. Looks like it might be a draw.
This is a very interesting position. We have never ended a situation like this before, where it is a draw.
No, right? Okay, I'm confused now. Okay, what is going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. They're literally tied. They're literally tied right now in this third map. And we're going to have to figure out a way to decide this here. So I'm going to wait for our tournament admins to update us about how we're going to proceed here. But ladies and gentlemen, what a way to tie it up. I mean, literally, this is like the cliffhanger episode right now, on this season.
And you know, what a way for Jupiter to just bring the match right back into their court, right? Team Flash clearly trying to take a commanding push, a commanding lead as well, but to be able to equalize. But unfortunately, you know, neither side could go in and close the game off. And that's what I love to see, right? We were expecting a more equal matchup between Jupiter as well as Team Flash. We didn't get that in the first two games, but of course in this final game in Brawl Ball, we are seeing exactly what we came here to see, and that is of course the Singaporean side really stepping it up and holding Jupiter back, holding the Japanese side back, and a win is just not as easy as it used to come for the side of the Japanese, and this might just be the perfect streak broken.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. I mean, pretty much, I think like it's no longer a 3-0 at this point. It's already a 2 and a draw game map. So I mean, in all likelihood, it probably might even just go straight to map number 4 and just keep game 3 a draw. So this actually is going to. I tell you what, this is only going to help Team Flash here, because you know, even though they got 3-0'd already by Tropa Suprema, given that they already drew one game against Jupiter, that's already putting them like one draw game ahead from everyone else right now in the challengers. So yeah. This I mean, it may seem weird, but this draw is the best result that Team Flash could actually have hoped for in this case.
Yeah, and of course, exactly where will this be bringing us? Will we be able to see a team? Think of this possibility now, Victor. We go into game number 4, Flash wins. We go into game number 5, Flash wins. And then what?
Then, I mean, Flash pretty much killers of the king. I think. But
I don't know, because that's 2 apiece in one drawn series, right? So is that going to be an overall draw for the day as well? We still need to, you know, well, as soon as we jump in, we should be able to know exactly what the decision is. It's going to be one final round to call it between the two. And Tensai is going to be opening up real well against Response, responding to all of those shots that will be coming through. Response standing tall. CZK aggressing. Now not being able to take a Chappie out, but CZK, opportunity! But he will lose his life. CZK, he will lose his life as well right after he does get a kill. What a goal by Flash. Singaporeans up with a lead here, Victor.
Very good use of opportunity there. They're going to take one down. Response, unfortunately, got picked off quite early on. Tensai, despite he's down to 32, they didn't manage to get the kill onto him. Bit of wasted opportunity there, I feel. CZK now trying to use the right-hand flank, but really he is being focused upon a lot by Fujimaro. Look at the way he's using his special, just keeping CZK completely contained on the right-hand side. So there's not much this thrower could do except just try to exchange blows against Fujimaro. So right now, Jupiter really are desperate to try to get a play done here. Response almost gets popped. He gets his shield up. Now the shield's going to be gone, and that's going to be end of him there. But unfortunately, they can't really take advantage of it. They lose out too many of their members. Team Flash, they're back in the game.
Oh, I thought they were about to do it. They could have gone in for the push with the ball, but they didn't want to take the risk. They will be waiting for a response to spawn right back through. Now Sight will be able to drop this little Sprout, but the Sprout just stopping Sight in his tracks, man. What a play, Victor! What a freaking play!
Oh my god! Okay, finally it's gonna clear, so Side now is gonna be able to come up. Fujimaro is gonna be the last one standing. Tensai is gonna be able to come up. The defense is back in action here for Jupiter, so the window of opportunity has literally just passed him by, and that's all thanks to a single play there by the Sprout. Well done there, man.
Crazy, man. Now Sight pushing the ball up front again. Oh, Fujimaro is going to be in trouble. CZK will be able to drop him. Sprout got his grab and go. Oh, no. Sprout just taking the ball away. Ah, then Sprout saving the day for the second time. And he doesn't die. He doesn't die. How is the Sprout still alive?
I can't believe it! Jupiter might just be able to bring it back, but now there's only 10 seconds left. Can they get it scored? No. They pick up one. Can they get another? Side very low. It's gonna be down.
Going for the pass.
Get down. Oh, that's it!
Go!
1 for 1! Oh my goodness! Overtime now. No obstacles left. It's gonna be wide open here. There's nothing for the Sprout to do. Oh boy, this is gonna be quite tough here with Jupiter because there's nothing to contain Pink Flash now. They have full range to roam around, and then Magic get to pick up on the Sprout. This could be good here. Flash now passing the ball to CDK, but he's gonna get focused on. He's gonna get taken down. Fujimaro pushes the ball away. 30 seconds left. Are we looking at another drawn game here? The problem is that Jupiter did not aggressing too fast here. Still one man down. 30 seconds remaining. This is looking so tense. I can't tell who's gonna be able to take this, man.
Excellent, man. I tell you, this is an excellent play by Jupiter. They managed to take the ball back for themselves. Tensai with the amazing pass now towards Fujimaro might be able to finish this off. Oh! Tensai! They get it done! Fujimaro, they will blast through. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the streak is still alive as Jupiter, as the Japanese side absolutely obliterates Team Flash. What a fight from the Singaporeans, but just not enough.
Oh, man. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. What a match. Victory confirmed now for Jupiter. I mean, is anything going to be able to stop this Japanese team at this point? I mean, wow. This is certainly one of the most impressive matchups we've seen so far in these challengers, and certainly the respect for Jupiter here has got to be at an all-time high because these boys, man, the way they play these games is just absolutely beautiful. The comebacks, the kills, the trades, oh, just absolute perfection here.
Yeah, we are just lucky that this is an official ESL stream. If not, I would be swearing my head off right now, Victor. That was a crazy end. And I really loved how the Japanese players played this, all right? Jupiter, there was a point of time where they were going up with the ball, and then they made a back pass. That was perfection, if you ask me. That just confused Team Flash for one very second, and that play was perfection because that back pass allowed him to continuously aggress up front, and the probability that he was going to get taken down was definitely there, but he wanted to make way for the ball to move up first, and I feel like that play was perfection because now Team Flash didn't know whether they wanted to go up and aggress for the ball or take the player who's already running up without the ball towards their goalpost, right? Because a perfect pass up front would be able to finish them off. And that one moment of confusion proved to be just enough for Jupiter. Let's take a quick look at the replay of this, the most exciting series of the competition so far, hands down, Victor.
Even though it's a 3-0, still, that just doesn't give justice to how incredible this matchup is. I mean, just look at the way Jupiter was able to dominate this early rounds. You thought that Flash may not be able to stand a chance, but Flash still were able to hold their own in the subsequent maps here. They tried to do a bit of a change here by going for the Mortis, but unfortunately, the thing was that the Sprout was just too strong from Jupiter's side. So even though they were able to kind of tie up a bit, still just barely missed out there. I mean, how many stars did they lose out by that? Yeah, just only 3 stars plus the blue. So you can tell that this was going to be a very, very tight match from the get-go. So this is the we're already jumping straight into the Brawl Ball match because why not? This is literally the best match in this entire matchup here. I mean, the thing was that Flash took every single opportunity. They found the openings, they found the kills, and they managed to find the goals. But conversely, Jupiter, they fought back. You know, even though they were down and you think they were down and out, somehow they were able to bring it back. And literally, they had to fight tooth and nail for a lot of these. You can see, like, literally, it came down to even single percentage points here when it came to their health. So the thing was that being able to keep things so close here is just a testament to how closely matched these two teams are.
But this is the first time, right? This is the first time I'm dropping into Shoutcast for Brawl Stars. And, you know, I fell in love with the game when I started playing it to be able to pull this job off. But watching these teams play the game, watching Jupiter perform, watching what Team Flash has been able to achieve so far, even though they got defeated, you know, that is exactly what excited me about Brawl Stars in the first place. And these guys just played it to perfection. And Team Flash, they just didn't want to give up towards the very end. No matter what happened, no matter how many times Jupiter continuously made this comeback, they wanted to take this fight. But I have to say, the Japanese side played this IQ perfection towards the very end, keeping those very last goals. He had 3 seconds on the clock. He did not... That was illegal, Victor.
Yeah, that should not be allowed, but still, Tensai made it work. And it just... it's just the entirety of Jupiter here, like, displaying the role from Fujimaro to, like, it's everyone on Jupiter here is just so good. And frankly, right now, I mean, at this point, what's left to say? I mean, Jupiter is certainly one of the favorites right now, and certainly going to be toughest team to beat, really. I mean, Team Flash tried everything. They threw everything against them, and still Jupiter was still able to find a way to beat them, despite all the efforts here from Team Flash, which I can imagine is just super frustrating because, you know, knowing, having already interviewed CZK, we could tell that, you know, Flash came into this competition knowing with full confidence, it had so much preparation coming to this, but somehow the Japanese teams is still so much stronger, and frankly, it's looking like for the Singapore teams, they really have to step it up somehow. And the thing is that even when they do, somehow the Japanese shift into yet another higher gear.
But it's getting close though. It's definitely getting close. I mean, in comparison to how they took this matchup against Tropa Suprema, Team Flash definitely has a much better showing this time round in comparison to last week. And I really believe they will be able to continuously step up their gameplay, right? Because we're talking about the top 4 teams being able to make it to the playoffs. And Team Flash definitely looks like one of those 4 teams for sure. Who will be the other teams who are able to put a stop to Team Flash's progress within the group stages, just like how Jupiter has managed to do to them, just like how Team Flash was attempting to pull off against Jupiter. Because today has been, I wouldn't say a day of perfection, but I would say a day of equal takings for the Singaporean as well as the Japanese side, right? They both have, 2 wins each. Byro as well as Waffles Monster performing for the Singaporean side. Tropa Suprema as well as Jupiter getting done for the Japanese side. Sunny Side Up as well as Last Wolf, they weren't able to make Indonesia proud today, unfortunately. Indonesia is definitely not having the best of times in the Brawl Stars challenge here so far. But, everything has got a climactic point where, things just turn around for, some of the teams in here. And this is day number 3. It's definitely not the turning point. We've got 7 days in total for the group stages. But as we drop in tomorrow is the day where some of these storylines can maybe get tweaked a little bit, Victor.
Oh yeah, and primary thing I'm thinking about is that, now I think going forwards here, Team Flash should have a little bit of an easier ride here. The matchup's not going to be as tough going forwards here, so I'm hoping that Team Flash will be able to use this opportunity now to climb back up the points. Hopefully we'll be able to see them get enough in order to be able to have a good chance of getting to the finals. But really, at this point now, I mean, Flash knows that they're going to have a lot of work to do here if they really want to beat the Japanese teams. But literally, that is their target. This is why they're here in in the first place in these challengers. They want to prove that they are the best. It's just that unfortunately, they aren't able to do that today. But hopefully, in the future, who knows? I mean, it can only get better as this challenge progresses, right?
Yeah, but Team Flash is definitely not going to be too excited at all because, Tropa Suprema as well as Jupiter, they are considered the biggest teams in the competition, the teams that are definitely feared by some of the other groups in here because they are at the top of their game. Unfortunately for Team Flash, they were not able to take these two series away. But this is the group stages. Like we said, they are, one of the teams that are very promising to be able to make it towards the playoffs. Maybe it is a situation where sometimes you just need to tank a loss to be able to learn exactly what your opponents will be able to pull up against you, right? And just to the point where we made earlier on, Victor, sometimes if you want to be the champion of champions, you got to go up against some of these teams that are better than yourself. And that's exactly what Flash has done here today. Of course, not by choice. I mean, if you had a choice, nobody wants to go up against Jupiter. but taking the match in the fashion that they have been able to do so gives me a lot of confidence. If they are able to push it all the way towards the playoffs and get round number 2, opportunity number 2, they know exactly what to expect from the Japanese side now.
Yeah, and especially I can imagine that going home after this, Team Flash is definitely going to be analyzing a lot of the matchups between them and Tropa Suprema as well as Jupiter. Certainly a lot of things they can learn, from the Japanese squads, just based on the way they play, the way they've been able to get their compositions. Certainly, like by challenging themselves, by measuring themselves against these Japanese teams, it's literally the best way for the other teams here in this challengers to really make a good comparison to where they stand, the national stage. Because remember, even if after we win in challengers, you're going to be going to the global stage, and at that stage, you can only imagine the competition is just going to get even this is definitely the highlight of the night for me. Just based on like how close this matchup was. I was really anticipating it, and it literally has delivered. Even though we didn't get the fabled 5th game, I'm still satisfied.
I'm excited, man. I mean, we got to see our very first draw of the tournament. I really thought towards the very end of that final game that we were going to end up in another draw. But that very last minute goal, man, the last second goal that I would have to say from the side of Jupiter just sealed the deal as to who they are in this competition and just how deadly they are every single time they step out for one of these matches, right? For one of these series against any of the other teams there. Only the Japanese teams have been able to have a perfect run so far. Tropa Suprema as well as Jupiter. 3-1, 3-0, 3-0. That's what Tropa Suprema has been able to take from day 1, 2, and 3. 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. That's what Jupiter has been able to pull off thus far. Japan is on a streak that I highly doubt they want to end anytime soon.
Yeah, and I think like once the Japanese team start to face off against each other, then we can't really tell who it really is a top Japanese team. But I mean, so far, I think I mean, Jupiter still the team to beat even at this stage now. So yeah, I sincerely hope the other challenger teams here will be able to improve a lot. But certainly, I've just really been just enjoying myself here because just seeing the level of talent we have here, I mean, it just gives me so much hope, right? Like, who knew that, for a game like Brawl Stars, we're still able to get such good talents playing in this tournament here.
Absolutely, man. Let's take a quick look at the standings before we do jump on over to the schedule of tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. As of how the teams stand, we will take it from the very bottom. Last Wolf will be at the very bottom in the 8th position, followed by Sunny side up. They haven't been able to pick any wins up for themselves just yet. Crazy Lagoon in the 6th position, representing the Japanese side. Unfortunately, they will only hold on to 3 points at the moment, sharing it with Team Flash as well as Waffles Monster, who take the 5th as well as 4th position. The top 3 taken by Jupiter, Byro, as well as Tropa Suprema. Perfect perfection in here. My apologies. Totally forgot about the Singaporean side, Byro, with the 3-0 there. I guess sometimes we turn a blind eye when we get super duper excited. My apologies, Byro. Aaron will be like, oh wow, Mustachio, wow.
But yeah, I mean, Byro right now, to be fair to them, they had pretty much a good run so far these days, so that's why they're currently on top. So, but then again, you know, Byro, to the credit, have been playing absolutely well throughout all these 3 days. So certainly power to them. Certainly one of my favorite teams so far. Just one of the personalities. But in any case, you know, Jupiter, Tropa Suprema, these two teams here, what can be done by these other teams here at the Mobile Challenge to really knock these guys down a peg? I mean, they've yet to lose a single round so far, and we still got 4 more days to go here. I mean, there's still plenty of chances here for them to get their nose bloodied, but really, at this point now, it looks like Jupiter and Tropa Suprema still pretty much going to be staying on top of the board.
Absolutely. Let's take a quick look at tomorrow's schedule as Byro will look to start the day off with yet another series that they will be looking forward to take a win over. Team Flash is the team that they will be facing. Unfortunately for them, it's not gonna be as easy. The road from here on in will get tougher. Will they be able to do well against their brethren, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Singapore will open up series number 1. But of course, as we move into series number 2, Last Wolf will be looking to take on Sunny Side Up.
Yeah, that's going to be something I want to see there, because these are the two Indonesian teams. So this is going to be the chance for one of them to pick up a win here. So who is it going to be? I really want to see. Maybe you guys can try to predict in the comments. Who knows? But after that, we'll be seeing Crazy Lagoon versus Waffles Monsters. And I think this is going to be a good matchup here for Waffles Monsters. So let's see how they perform. And then finally, this is one I really want to see here. Jupiter versus Tropa Suprema. Japan versus Japan, the top Japan team versus the top Japan team. You can only tell that fireworks is going to go off all throughout that match here.
Yeah, tomorrow's just a battle of, within the nations, man. We've got Singapore versus Singapore, Indonesia versus Indonesia. To wrap the day up, we've got Japan versus Japan, Jupiter, Tropa Suprema, 2 top dogs so far. Are they going to be able to take the win? Byro, unbeaten so far, but when they meet Team Flash, is that going to be the exact same way the day ends tomorrow as well? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has just been day 3 of the group stages. The Brawl Stars Challenge is just getting more and more exciting every single time these teams step out there onto the field. Red.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And don't worry, guys, we'll be back again with some more of these Brawl Stars action, guys. So don't forget to follow us here at ESL Malaysia. Make sure you give a like to the page so you get notified when the live stream is up. And be sure to follow us on all our social medias, And also, if you do want to challenge yourself in this ESL Mobile, you can go ahead and check out the website, esl.gg/mobile, and go ahead and sign up. You might be the next team to be joining us here in Challengers.
Absolutely. Well, as you are searching for pages to follow, why don't you follow Victor Gax as well as the Mustachio as well? You will be able to find us on Instagram as well as Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on that note, my name's AJ. I'm the Mustachio, down here with the one and only Victor Gax, bringing you all of the hottest action on the commentary table. We will catch you guys tomorrow for more of this.
Before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. The ESL Mobile Open is just around the corner, so head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the light, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the wait's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. That's how we know when we level up. Yeah, that's how we know when we level up. Level up.